We just
set
it up and we go, and then we'll just count ourselves in, you know.
So you just have to hit automatic every time?
I guess.
That's kind of stupid.
It is kind of dumb.
It's kind of the dumbest thing. Hello?
The level kind of just seems low compared to where it was before.
You want to just get started?
What is good, my friends?
What is
Welcome to the Flash Brothers podcast. My name is Sam. I'll be your host for today's show, along with one of my best friends, Joshie. Bro, long time fucking coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Seriously.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think this is kind of a funny moment we're put in because I think we've been dreaming of this podcast for, years now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, dude.
Since you and I have talked about the first idea. A lot of very good emotions right now. So yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
So I'm also just like ready to talk.
Dude, I know. I kind of want to get in it, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's cool because we've been best friends for a long time.
Yeah.
We're roommates. We have talked about this. We've talked about ideas. I've had my own ideas kind of about this whole thing. I realized later in life that I love talking to people and I love listening to podcasts, and so it's kind of coming full circle, you know.
That's a shock to me. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, dude,
you just don't seem like a talker.
People.
I know.
Yeah.
You don't seem like a talker.
You do too, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, fuck.
Antisocial. I don't like talking. I don't like talking with people.
Yeah.
If I can avoid a social situation, I will, and that's the truth.
I hate this guy.
No.
Fuck. We met at Dutch Bros of all places. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Those guys are clowns. They don't
absolutely.
even like people.
No, they are probably the most least social service industry coffee place you could ever be in.
No, for sure.
No question.
Low key, I mean, I'm so grateful even for that job.
Me too.
Getting me to this place and
I know.
With people, you know?
I know it's very sweet, but have you seen those memes about Dutch Bros? Have you seen those?
Like
on TikTok and stuff?
Like going in like the car
window?
Like
jumping in the car.
It's like 5 a.m.
It's
how you doing? Give me your life story. Come on, order some coffee. Climbing through, bro.
It's not accurate. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
It was very much pushed upon that you get up in the window. You kind of like, especially pre-COVID.
Oh yeah.
Not to say the C word out here, but it was definitely very. It was very like, hey, get in their face, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make a show.
Yeah.
Which was easy for me and you. But like I can see how someone would go into a job like that. And I'm going to assume right now, I should probably stop assuming, that most people who are listening know what Dutch Bros is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But it's a very social coffee shop. It's like the opposite of like Starbucks, where it's like there's no indoor. You don't get to go in and sit down and drink a coffee. You literally like you drive through, and the whole point is the experience of going through, right?
Yes.
So I know you didn't grow up in Arizona.
Right.
Not to get too much into your lore before it's revealed. But I remember growing up here, one of the biggest things you do in high school, especially like right when you and your friend group learned to drive, was go to Dutch Bros. It was huge. And you saw that obviously because
for sure.
So many high schoolers.
Yeah, because I moved over here. It's almost been 4 years now. Which
That's
crazy
to me.
But Dutch Bros started in Oregon, and and to be honest with you, like I had the ideal of working at Dutch Bros when I moved here.
Wow.
But when I got here, I was shocked to see how big it was.
It was bigger than Oregon?
I don't know if I could say that. Maybe.
Really?
Like, I think, but Oregon's like spread out, right?
Yeah.
This, like, in the Phoenix whole area, you know, it's like all this stuff, like Phoenix, Mesa, Scottsdale, like Chandler, Gilbert.
Tempe.
All of it is condensed, so I felt like it had like the same number of coffee shops, but in a more condensed area, and everybody's obsessed with Dutch Bros.
And it's like I'm gonna say this for people who don't know. It's gonna be my line for the freaking day, dude. But they will do these things every beginning of the month where they would do sticker releases, which you would expect would be like, oh, hey, can I get a sticker? Or maybe a couple people like, hey, can I get a sticker? It was a freaking holiday.
No, you're right,
It was
bro.
an actual holiday.
You're so right.
People went crazy. Lines just through different like drive-throughs. It's some of the craziest stuff. If you're not going, you will drown on a sticker day. Anyway, I don't think we should get too stuck on Dutch right now, but because there's a lot to cover.
I know.
First episode, we should.
Guys, this is kind of this marks our very first episode of this podcast, and kind of to sell what this is, what we are. You're kind of listening to it right now. This has been in the works for years. We've both been very stoked to make this a reality.
Oh, absolutely.
This podcast is essentially two fucking nerds discussing, debating, and laughing about things that we're passionate about and things that brought us together. Like
I gotta say, I think that there's a lot of layers to you and I think.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things, because I feel like we're best friends, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's simple where it's like you can look at it where it's like, oh, obviously we have similar values. We value, conversation and those things. The first thing you and I ever talked about, or sorry, not talk about, but bonded over was just literally how like geeky, nerdy shit. The shit that very not mainstream. I think that was one of the, I'll explain actually, like almost like a story. I don't want to get us too
please,
bogged
take
up
us
on
a
it.
journey, bro.
But I remember you were, I guess I'm getting back on the I'm talking about Dutch Bros again.
Well, this is how we met,
I
right?
guess so. It's important.
No,
it is
I attribute a lot of things to. Spoilers. We don't work there anymore.
No, so. we love Dutch Bros. We've been there for 4 years now, and we could not.
Oh my God!
We could not be more excited.
Let's end this right now and let's go get coffee.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
I want a medium iced Dino Egg Rebel right now. Just shove that down my gullet. But yeah, it's very important because one. It's very important because you and I started off as coworkers, right?
Yeah.
And it was that like there was also a lot of like, once again, for the people that don't know, Dutch Bros, the way that it works is you have managers, shift leads, and then you have regular employees.
Like baristas.
Right? Yeah, barista basically, yeah. And the stand we were at was very, very strict. It was a very, very strict place. And they never took shift leads from other stands. So other people could get promoted to shift lead and move to another stand essentially, right? That's how it would normally go, for those who don't know. But Sammy was the first one that we ever had at our location that was a shift lead who transferred from somewhere else. That just never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there was already this idea of like, oh, this dude's got to be really good if he's got to do this. And not like, there's never like this pressure that's on that I put on people. I try not to.
Yeah, you personally know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
I felt that pressure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Because
everyone coming by, yo, you're kind of a legend around here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm going to be honest, I just moved here.
I
don't know what the fuck happened.
I just got here.
People just like me, bro. I don't know.
Got it. Yeah. So there was never that thought in my mind, but I genuinely wanted to get to know you well. And I remember we were like, oh man, like obviously we were very social at first, and that was kind of like the draw. And we were like, oh, let's kick it, let's hang out.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? So we kick it after the stand, after I think it was after a shift, if I'm not mistaken. And then we were literally gonna go get food. Shout out to Buffalo Spot. That place is insane. Literally the place to go if you get off a shift. Yeah. Go get some of those fries with that buffalo chicken, man.
Oh, dude, I remember
so
it. That was one of my first like new food places.
Arizona places,
excuse me, you move to a new place and it's like you don't know where like half the shit is called. You've never heard of this like stuff. You're like, what's even good? What's not? Right. Some stuff looks run down and shitty. But yeah, like we went over there and they literally, it was like if you took amazing boneless wings.
So good.
You pulled them apart, but they're wings, right? So they're still breaded and they're like tossed in the sauce. They had all these sauce options, and they put it over a bed of perfectly cooked seasoned fries, and then they smothered the whole damn thing in cheese. And
good.
Dude,
it's ridiculously good. If we can get sponsored by Buffalo Spot after the first episode,
yeah, shout outs,
please, that'd be perfect. But anyway, so the way that I felt like you and I first connected, and the reason I feel like it's truly the origin to this podcast was I at the time my backgrounds were Xenoblade,
Right.
Were Xenoblade 1, and then on the lock screen it was Xenoblade 2. And to say that no one has recognized my lock screen would be an understatement.
For sure.
It's not a topic of conversation.
No,
It's like,
for sure.
you look
Listener,
at it.
you know what Xenoblade is? Didn't think so.
Nope.
All right.
I mean, maybe. It's possible. It's possible. But like, it's a vague, for those who don't know, but for those who don't know, it's like a vague RPG that not a lot of people know about. I mean,
for sure.
Shulka's in Smash, now Pyra and Mythra are too, but I liked it much earlier before that was kind of the centralized thought of it. So the moment that Sam recognized my fucking lock screen and was like, Xenoblade. Mind blown. Literally blown. I was like, who is this guy? How do you know about that? Like that takes a real Nintendo fan. And that takes a real fan of JRPGs or of anime and video games. And as all of you will learn through the episodes of this podcast, or even the next couple of hours, we are very passionate about video games.
Yeah.
And
no, I think that's a great intro to kind of what this podcast is about, Josh.
Absolutely.
It's this podcast essentially about two fucking nerds
Absolutely.
discussing, debating, and laughing and all the things about
everything.
Whatever we're passionate about, like what you just said, gaming, like it's brought us together, and everything that just kind of makes you and me, you know? Like I feel like you and I just can essentially talk forever with the grand old gift of ADHD.
I'd say.
And
No
that's kind of
question.
what this show is all about, man. So thank you for that.
Of course. I think it's important to be stated.
Yeah.
that
No,
that's-
absolutely,
that's
man.
what it's all
That's
about.
kind of our mission statement,
You know what I like that.
Episodes, listeners, you can expect episodes ideally to be uploaded every Friday. As this is obviously our first venture into this for both of us. And this is kind of a project I like I said, I've been trying to get off the ground for years, with another podcast I eventually want to do as well, which I will give more info as time goes on. But
big dreams.
This is going to be a thing as we're learning as we go. I'm going to be learning as I go. As we, this is our fourth or fifth take of this goddamn thing today. Because recording software, I'm like, I don't know how to use this shit. So.
Yep.
But so as things get more regular, I will be announcing, we'll make the announcements on this podcast and on social media platforms.
Yep.
Right now, the only thing that is going to be up and running by Friday is going to be our Patreon page.
Very cool.
And Patreon is just how I've really taken in a lot of content from independent creators before, and a lot of podcasts. And Patreon really makes it a very easy to use platform to be able to host like that. So what that means for you guys is basically our website will run through Patreon. And so you can just check that out. It's basically just like a membership website. We will have a free membership, so you'll have full access to writing into the show for the time being. And we'll let you guys know if things change, but you guys will be able to kind of check out what we're about, have something to click on, look at, read about, and what to look forward to. And we'll be interactive on there. So as the audience kind of grows, we'll be interactive and take, like I said, things that are written into us. We'll call it like mail call or reader mail, and we'll talk about that in the show. As ideally, I even kind of see it as like as time goes on, I will announce like a week before the airing what the next episode will be about. So that way, if people have kind of things like I'll ask people direct questions, or if people want to input kind of Q&A or very specific tailored questions to that episode, say it's about like The Legend of Zelda, for example, and then we'll be implementing that in each episode as it goes on. What do you think, Josh?
I think it's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think what should be stated is, we're doing this out of a passion for it, and so there's no this isn't a push to make money right now. What we want is we literally just want a community. We want to talk, and I think that one of the most important things we can do is just be talking to people. Yeah, man. I mean, if we're talking like this for hours, we should be able to at least talk to the beautiful people who listen to us.
And you know what? if it's just us, I'm also cool with that.
I'm also cool with that too.
Yeah,
I am 100% cool
this is
with
what
that.
we've been doing for our friendship and for years. This is what most humans do in their whole life is just talk to each other.
Well, yep.
And there's something kind of nice about just like, hey, no distractions. It's just you and me right now. We're sitting down and we're having like some like deep life talks. You know what I mean? We're getting even you and our friendship and relationship will grow from this. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
Yeah, well, fuck you. So, if you guys want to check out that Patreon page, it's going to be patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast.
Beautiful.
All just spelled out there, no period after the bros. So let's kind of like just get into an intro right here, Josh.
Do it.
Do you want to do a backstory? You want to say that for another episode?
No,
a little backstory. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've given a good amount of backstory.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we had Dutch Bros. We got like we live in Arizona, so that's all the info you're getting out of us on that subject.
Hell yeah.
What do you do right now, bro?
Right now, I'm serving right now, so I'm actually using my social talents to make money.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, very strange idea. I know.
Sell your soul, dog.
I know. I might as well. I'm already a piece of shit, so I might as well fucking sell it.
What company do you work for?
So I'm working for Topgolf at the very moment. Yeah, which is I know this sounds crazy, but it is the biggest company I've worked with ever. Massive buildings. To anyone who doesn't know, Topgolf is like almost like a driving range, but kind of like modernized in an indoor, very like accessible way. So it's also statewide. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Topgolf is. They're also fucking massive. Yeah. So you can't miss them.
No, dude.
They're like it's like 200 feet tall. Those like those nets that keep the balls in.
Seriously?
Yeah, which is like taller than the Colossal Titan, I think.
That's like what, 2 football fields?
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
the
taller.
Colossal Titan. How tall is the Colossal Titan?
Colossal Titan's not that big actually. I actually will have to look it up.
Actually?
But yeah, the Colossal Titan
I felt like
no, it looks huge in the show. This is so funny because I was just watching a video about this because if you zoomed out in the perspective of like you had a helicopter looking over, it wouldn't look that crazy.
Oh.
Cuz like if you think of 30 meters? No? I can look it up.
30 meters.
Anyway,
that's like 100 feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
but a football field is what?
100 feet.
Nah, then it's got to be smaller. Because it can lay down in a
Wait, no, 100 yards. I'm an idiot.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Wait.
Yeah, so...
Let's cut this out, bro. I don't know any math.
We're definitely cutting this out right now. Yeah. But, yeah, so I'm at Topgolf right now.
Yeah.
Serving. And I'm actually coming up on my 1 year.
Oh, shit.
In November.
Already?
Yeah. Already, dude. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of nuts.
I know. I mean, it's not like insanely soon, but at the end of this year, which we only have like 4 more months. So yeah, that's what I'm working with right now. But but Sammy, what are you doing, man?
So it's funny. I've actually been bartending at this kind of hole in the wall bar. I've been at it's kind of wild. It's a Western bar. It's not really kind of my wheelhouse, so to speak. It's been very like even the people there are very different from like my friends.
Are you telling me you're not a country boy? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Listen, y'all.
This is not making no darn tootin' sense.
Something Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Texas, man. Texas, man.
No, dude. Yeah, pretty much my only Western influence has been from SpongeBob SquarePants, Sandy Cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
But she's a pretty damn good influence because she honestly inspired a lot of what I know about Texas.
I know.
And everything like that.
Right, but
because
Patrick didn't like it, so that was kind of
SpongeBob
I think, like,
didn't like it. They both didn't fuck with it.
No, it's true.
They were making fun of it until she murdered both of them. Do you remember that?
In cold blood.
In cold blood. That's why you don't mess with a Texan. You don't mess with no Texan.
No, dude, it's crazy because I've been over there. They asked me to be a bartender because I've also served, and I've that's kind of what I took out.
And you started serving, right? Over there?
Yeah. And that's like what I went into after coffee.
Right.
Because I was just kind of getting up at 5 a.m, 4 a.m. Like, it just killed my social life.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And bartending is its own beast of challenges. But I'm extremely fulfilled in it in a way of like,
fuck yeah.
You go to a bar, and most people who go to a bar, they're usually, if a friend invites you to a bar, they reference the bartender. They're like, "Oh, we're going to this bar because they got the sickest bartender," right?
Right.
And I feel like that's me. Not in like a weird conceited way. I just mean it like
kind of fucked up, dude.
Listen, buddy, I have like maybe like 30 to 40 people on a nightly basis that come by and they're like, we come here for you, or like, oh my god, you're the coolest bartender I know. It's so like emotionally fulfilling.
Dude, I'm completely with you. I think that people like you and me, I think there's a reason that we're in the service industry. Oh, obviously, servers and bartenders make a good amount of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a livable wage.
I'm very, very blessed, I feel, with the money I make.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I knew to like even like start like this podcast, I needed to, I don't know if like there was like a metronome on this record. All right, my bad.
I think it made a sound the entire time.
I don't think so, because I think it would have shown like a tick in the audio.
You think so?
And when I played it back,
don't cut this out.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just making sure the recording's working.
Guys, it's episode 1,
so
baby.
Sad.
It's episode 1. We're here.
What was I talking about?
Dude, definitely talking about SpongeBob. No question.
No question, bro.
Yeah. No, you were talking about bartending and the money and the fulfillment.
Yeah, I've been kind of like, to be able to get like the idea of this podcast off the ground, I need time. And I need time because work is tiring. There's not just the time you spent working.
Yes.
There's time spent recovering. Plus, you're not just like going to work and sleeping and like all that. Like, some people do that. That's great. I like to like have a big social life.
Sure.
I like to have a big balance. I have a girlfriend, so I have a lot. I kind of like try to balance. Plus, my family's back home.
I also think where do you fit in then video games? Where do you fit those in?
It's very tough.
It's
very tough.
If you do nothing but work and go to sleep, and then work and go to sleep.
Right.
You have things you want to do. Social life.
Right.
Girlfriend. Family.
Right.
Video games.
So
just saying.
Getting this podcast off the ground, I needed time and energy to do that, and finally having a job where some days I work, or some weeks I work 2 days a week, some weeks I work 4 days a week. I still have more time off than I've ever had before at a job, and it's a big blessing.
It
really is.
I think so too. It's also the slow season right now. I don't know if anyone knows that, but
it is. Yes, we are in the summer drought.
Summer drought is not the hottest time to go out, especially.
Yeah, what?
Didn't know if you knew.
Temperatures are right now.
Yeah, man. Check the freaking temperature.
105.
Yep, which is actually cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool for.
The humidity is
pretty bad right
23.
now. I believe it.
So it honestly feels kind of gross, but. Yeah, yesterday, dude, it was like awful. Yesterday it felt like 110. It was like 110, 111, something like that.
And you know what? It's so funny because me and Sam recently just went on 2 separate trips, and we were out for we were both out for a week, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was out for like 2. But
did you know that was the hottest?
I heard
in all of Arizona history. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
and both of us missed it.
Was it like 120?
Was
it 118?
It was 118 and 119.
Yeah,
and then it was like 115 was the lowest. And so this entire week, I don't know how the fuck this happened. We just perfectly missed 2 separate trips. We just perfectly missed the absolute terrible heat,
dude.
It's crazy.
Actually, I'm really, really happy that we missed it. But it's fucking hot over here.
Yeah, it is hot. It is hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Well, I think we'll probably have like a special episode eventually, kind of going into a deeper backstory for us if we want to unveil that.
Yeah,
but
man.
I think we should get into like what have you been doing this week, Josh? What's kind of like new with you just in this most recent past week?
Amazing question, man. Absolutely nothing. I'm kidding. No, I got a lot going on. I've been kind of on this brand new grind, which is pretty big so far in my life. Eating better, and then also going to the gym more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You said you were down. You literally just told me this morning you're down
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
Yeah, and I just started maybe 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Whenever I got back from that trip. Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
In California. Yeah. So it's been huge. It's been a very, very massive part of my weeks so far. Had a little bit of a back injury at the gym because I was an idiot. I lifted with my back on accident just because I was doing a heavy amount of
yeah. You borrowed my got one of those like massage guns.
Yeah, it was a dildo, and it felt really good.
Yeah,
and I loved it. And I'm still using it.
Expensive.
I know, man. It's in me right now.
Break it.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, bro.
I won't.
It's not even here.
Yeah. Don't you hear that slight buzzing? I'm kidding. No, but with that said, there is this really good balance that I've been wanting to find with balancing all the things I love to do, which don't know if anyone knows. I'm very into anime, very, very into anime, very into gaming, and I want to balance that kind of like still progressing, you know what I mean, in my life.
Like it's a balance, I think, between your passions, what you love, and what you love just you.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then also balancing. Progression's a great way to put it because you can't move forward, I believe, unless you're actively chasing. Like, if you want a dream, that dream ain't coming to you. You got to go to the dream.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of really amazing... One of the reasons why I feel like we're kind of going to play... obviously, you and I are very similar, but I think we're going to play kind of roles in this right now. I'm definitely very much... the anime guy.
Yeah.
You know, both of us watch anime, both of us play games.
True.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's kind of that idea. And I think anime has this incredible ability. This is funny. I was actually talking to my therapist about it. But anime has this incredible idea because the most popular anime out right now, One Piece, is about exactly that. It's pursuing dreams. It's about pursuing progression and that idea of what happens with that. There's this incredible visual thing that happens with these characters in the show. For anyone who doesn't know One Piece, it is the most popular anime and the #1 selling manga in the world. It's not just in Japan, in everywhere. There's no manga that sells more copies than One Piece. It's been going on for 20 years now, written by Eiichiro Oda, who is an incredible mangaka who has just been doing this single story just for the past 20 years, going crazy on it.
Absolutely
but
crazy.
There's this incredible cue that you see in these characters where if a character gives up a dream and they had this passion before and gives up on it, the older they get, the uglier and distorted they look.
That's actually a thing?
So if you look at the design of One Piece characters, anyone out there too, if you take a look at a character in One Piece, if they are massive, ugly, have like wrinkles,
like
and
obese, massive.
Yeah, like obese. Yeah. Because characters just can grow to any size. It's a very stylized story. But if you see like these characters who look like this, they probably had a dream that they gave up on. And if you see a character who's 80, 90 years old and still looks young, they look like, obviously they look older, but they look like an older form of themselves. They never gave up on a dream, and they're consistently maybe even searching that out, or they found it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's this really great metaphorical idea that goes with not just One Piece, but that's One Piece specifically, that goes with like how important it is to follow that dream, and in giving up on those things, you literally become like a lesser version of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't have that progression or that kind of like something you're shooting for, something you're passionate about that furthers you along. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, when I found myself in moments that I was not pursuing something, I literally felt like one of those characters. I felt like, you know, obviously that's an overstatement, but like you feel that inside yourself, and I think Oda just does this incredible ability to literally put that visually. Yeah. It's literally like visual storytelling, just incredible. Yeah. I'm also I wanted to say about me, I'm a huge One Piece fan. I don't just watch every anime that exists. I watch One Piece especially, which is now at 1,070 episodes.
Dude, that's just
which is
a gauntlet. That is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's so much.
It's pretty crazy.
I have not seen any One Piece, just to clarify. I saw a little bit of that movie, and I know what it is.
Which
and
movie?
It was when we were in Cali last year. And
was it like
I don't know if you watched it with us.
There
was some huge dude who turned everything purple.
Stampede, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Douglas Bullet. Very, very crazy movie.
But I live in pretty much a One Piece house, so I'm the only fucker who hasn't even seen a whole episode.
Just to say it now, if you haven't,
yeah,
Sam, You should.
No, I know.
You definitely should. And
know.
And if you haven't out there and you're a fan of anime, every person is going to be terrified of that number.
Yeah.
Everyone gets terrified
For sure.
by it. I was
talking about it with Reese last night. I said,
yeah.
I've got an interest in One Piece. He said, actually, I do, but
it's intimidating.
I can't.
Yep. It's intimidating. But the truth truly is, it's like if you like sit down and watch something, you are putting as much time as you would in, say, like a Fire Emblem game. You know what I mean? Which it's like, it's hours.
Sure.
It's hours on hours, and I'll never say that it's not.
Yeah.
But the amount of passion that you feel after even the first 30 episodes is ridiculous. And it's not one of those stories where it starts, so a lot of people look at it where it's like, oh, so it gets good around episode 500 because, that's how a story goes.
For sure.
The center goes crazy, and then it gets crazy towards the end. No, it's good the entire time.
Right.
It's like, that's one of the biggest things.
Like, how would that even make sense? Because, we didn't always have this many.
No,
so
absolutely
what?
not. People just, were waiting for it to get good for 20 years.
I don't think so.
That never happened. And it's really interesting because, it's very, very interesting because it's probably one of the most interesting examples of how a story can continuously tell something that's new but also the same. It's a consistent story, which I think is incredible, because we're having moments where it's like, especially in the manga now, characters are showing up that we haven't seen for 17 years. There was a character that we haven't seen, but it's not like that. It's not like, it doesn't feel like it's been that long because you sit down and watch it. It's like, oh, he was from episode 200, right? Which it's like, obviously that's a while ago. Yeah. But it's like, it doesn't feel that long in the grand span of things.
For sure.
And the show doesn't make it like that. It doesn't make them 17 years older. It's a consistent story.
I can appreciate that.
I love that.
I can really appreciate that.
That's incredible. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
No.
What have you been doing?
So, I've been watching One Piece. I'm just kidding. No. So, I actually have been watching One Piece, getting caught up.
Well, I walked in, you and Jake were watching it this morning?
Yeah.
We were last night?
Just watching clips. Yeah, we were watching.
Jake is boyfriend, by the way.
Jake is my gay lover. We're actually engaged, so, no, I'm just kidding. I'm single as a Pringle. Ladies. I'm kidding. But no. That's one of those shows that you can literally just watch clips of over and over and over and over. I've never gotten tired of it. So far, at least. It's literally like, especially if someone else is passionate about One Piece.
For sure.
Which is like, one of the best feelings you can have. So anyway, what I've been up to, getting back to it. Just been caught up on my my anime grind. Just completed the national decks in Scarlet and Violet.
Right.
So that was really, really tough.
How many hours do you have clocked in that?
Dude, that's a good question. Because probably 110. I just checked.
You got the national decks in 110 hours?
110 hours. Obviously,
that's pretty impressive.
I did a lot of trading too, because like there's things like Gulpin and Mischievous who are like Violet exclusives.
Oh yeah.
But also like if I didn't have one and my friend has one, they make it so streamlined in this new one. Like the icons will light up if the other person doesn't have in your little Pokebox. It'll light up if your friend doesn't have it. The person you're trading with doesn't have that Pokemon. So it's like, oh, you don't have freaking... I almost said Suicune. That was a horrible example.
Oh, you don't have Suicune, you dumb bitch?
He's not in the game, but you don't have him?
Transferred Suicune,
what the fuck
bro?
is wrong with you?
You didn't go 7 gens up?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
no, you don't have I don't know, freaking a Alolan Meowth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll light up, and then you can just trade it with your friends. So I have a lot of friends that are playing Pokemon right now. I have like 3. I don't know why I said a lot. I guess it's a lot of people.
I got a lot.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For playing a Pokemon game currently at the same time, three's quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had more than 2.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'd say yeah. I think that the reason I say that, I grew up with an older sibling, and the way we always did it, obviously, is I got one of the games, they got the other games.
You got one version.
Yep. So, so she would always get the second. This is gonna sound very convoluted, but the way that Pokemon, for anyone who doesn't know, the way that Pokemon is set up, it's they have 2 games that are released at the same time, and the they have super exclusive versions. The stories are slightly different and 2 different legendaries.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like have a partner you're trading with over the span of time. The games are always set up where it's diamond and pearl, black, white, ruby
Red,
and sapphire,
blue,
red and blue, gold and silver. So it's literally like no one says silver and gold. No one says diamond or no one says pearl and diamond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So since I was little, I got the first one. So I would get the so it's diamond, black, sun. You get me? Oh,
Wait, maybe I wonder if the table is
I can't tell if I'm hitting the table too hard.
Probably.
Someone let me know, please. Yeah. So I'd always get those.
Flimsy ass white.
My older sister would. I know. By the way, I just want to paint a picture real quick. We don't have any kind of camera in here at all. We are using I'm gonna say a beer pong table.
Yep. Walmart.
Walmart brand,
$15.
$15. Really good deal actually, because this thing has gotten us a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of mileage.
But yeah, that's what we're rocking with right now.
Yep.
So
we got a folded out blanket.
Yes, sir.
And we got a microphone and an iPad, and that is it.
And 2 cool motherfuckers.
Whoa!
Across the table, bitch.
Oh, man, dab me up.
I hope that mic picked up that.
Well, Josh, I just want to catch up real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll move into the segments here. So me and my girlfriend Kendall have.
I was gonna say you're gonna name drop her.
Yeah, sure. I mean, she's got a name.
Keep her hidden.
The big K. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I know her. I know.
Kendall. We just finished the Legend of Korra. It is Legend of Korra.
Yes, sir. It is.
We just finished Korra. It's my second time watching it. It's her first time watching it ever. She also is not really an anime person, but kind of has grown up a couch potato, kind of like familiar with gaming, which she's also been playing Mario 64.
It's crazy.
That's been nuts.
I gotta say,
it's hot, bro.
Yeah, I walked into Sam's room the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, I started off this morning with I think I had 11 stars."
That's what she said.
She had 63 fucking stars. Yeah. I was like, "You just sat here all day and played
all day for
Mario
9 hours.
64? Are you kidding me?"
I'm like, dude, my heart is throbbing.
Yeah,
that's
a beautiful thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
no,
thing.
dude. So yeah, she's been playing that. She's probably playing it right now. She's got 80 stars now, by the way.
Of course she does.
Yeah, she is like every star besides the 100
so
corners.
Sorry. I did not mean to burp out loud like that.
Just right into the mic.
My bad.
My face is also in the general direction.
How does that taste?
So, but we just finished Korra. My second time watching it. We watched it directly after the first Avatar too, and
Last
Airbender, and that was her first time seeing it. She loved it.
Yeah. Are you talking about Last Airbender?
Yes. Yeah. She said it was an 11 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I could not agree more. Dude. That show. So I rewatched it so many times, but I also grew up on it.
Yeah.
It was one of the first incredible shows that I feel like really developed my brain.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it was on
for sure.
fucking Nicktoons.
Yeah,
you know that's a kid. It's like a kid's channel.
Yeah,
and this show is so beyond a kid's show.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? And so I grew up on it. I rewatched it when we first moved in. Kind of my first impressions of it as an adult, and blew me away.
Absolutely unreal.
That's saying it simply.
Yeah.
Blew me away.
No, for sure. If you have not seen, I don't care if you don't like anime.
Nope.
I don't care if you're never going to watch any anime after this. And you're just going to listen to Josh and I talk. You don't give a fuck.
Yep.
You need to watch Avatar beginning to end. Yep. It's on Netflix. You have zero excuses.
No
excuse. It is 3 seasons. It is 60 episodes. It's less than 60 episodes.
Yep.
It is
no excuses.
It is so good. As an adult, you appreciate it even more. I promise you.
I swear. And if you saw it as a kid, rewatch it. There's if you think you've seen it, rewatch it.
I do not care how old you are right now.
Blown. Yes.
You'll be blown. For reference, I am over 30. So
he's 39 and counting. Guys, in fact.
Yeah, I will be saying this till my death grave.
Absolutely.
Okay, the grave of death.
Yep.
Yeah, and then honestly, I've also and Josh kind of said he's more the anime guy, and I'm definitely more the gamer. I definitely have grown up with a lot of gaming background. N64 was
Classics.
Mario 64 first video game I ever played. Followed by getting my own first console was the Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red and Pokemon Gold. Actually, it was Pokemon Silver. My bad.
Silver.
Wow. And I got I was a pretty big Pokemon nerd growing up too.
Yeah.
Much like you, and it was kind of whichever one I liked was the one I chose.
Oh yeah.
So I think I did red, and then silver.
Yeah.
And then ruby, and then diamond, and then I think I did black version, but I regretted it. I wish I did white.
What? Why?
Because of
Black was
black had Reshiram, right?
Yes.
But I really liked Zekrom.
Zekrom, yeah. Zekrom's
like,
got a cool
I was
design.
like, oh damn, like
Reshiram is definitely not as powerful of a design. It's cool.
It's cool,
but it's like
cool. Yeah, Zekrom was like, yo,
so
what
tough.
the fuck?
Yeah, so tough.
So anyways, so with that being said, like gaming is that's kind of where I'm gonna take this direction of the podcast. And I've been playing. I've actually been playing like two things. Here's where I'm at. I've been playing Fire Emblem Engage. And I am, dude. These Fire Emblem games are like getting ridiculous.
I think I'll state it before you do.
Yeah.
Sam is an absolute Fire Emblem fiend. I have seen the amount of hours this man puts into Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
It is incredible and also admirable.
Hey,
I would say.
appreciate that.
Well,
bro.
of course. I mean, I think that those kind of like games, I think that especially like strategy games are very much like difficult to get into if you don't understand them as well.
Yeah.
But I think that once you get into it, just
dude,
it's big brain moves every single game.
It,
you know what I mean?
is, bro. It's that was a series I played the original. I played Sacred Stones, which was a Game Boy Advance game.
Is that with Roy?
That's not with Roy. Actually, it's not connected. The first game we got in North America was the game before it, also in the Game Boy Advance. It was a self-titled Fire Emblem game.
It was called Fire Emblem?
It was just called Fire Emblem. And it's called the Blazing Blade, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
No, maybe it's the Blazing Blade.
In Japan, that's what it was called?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It might be Binding Blade. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, I am so sorry. But the front cover had a guy that looked like Roy with a sword pointing down.
Right?
No.
Dude, okay, so let me just say, too, I am a big gaming guy, but I know nothing about Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
The only things I know...
Is it the Smash
The Spirits! That's the only thing that I know. That's it. So for those who don't know, Smash has these little, like, spirits. They're kind of like trophies.
Yeah.
Kind of like stickers, the way that they were in, like, Brawl.
They show, like, characters.
They're characters.
From all games.
Every single game that exists. They have Cuphead. They have freaking, like Samus. They have freaking Leon
from Final Fantasy.
They got Final Fantasy. They got everything. And so they have a lot of Fire Emblem spirits because Smash has a lot of Fire Emblem characters.
Oh, dude,
obviously.
it's stupid. It is
so
stupid how many Fire Emblem characters. There's that whole... If you have an... iPhone, I think it's on Android too. There's Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh, Heroes, yeah.
Which is just a culmination of all the characters from the series.
Hold up.
I have like the cap of 300 characters on there.
Isn't that a gacha game?
It is.
How much money have you spent on that? How much you think? You got to calculate quickly.
If I was like just making a guess,
yes,
probably like 200 to 300.
You're lying.
No, bro.
Are you serious?
That's overplaying it over the course of a year.
What?
Yeah.
You actually think so?
And that's
this is new information to me.
That's probably a reason I quit. Because here's the deal. I used to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And by competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean the card game, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right. Yes.
This was fresh out of high school.
Right.
That game was very... I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty, but it's very specific in basically... And there's a lot of the modern kind of card games... Because I'm familiar with like Magic the Gathering. I'm familiar with Pokemon. But I competed in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
And kind of the rules of the game is Yu-Gi-Oh! Was deemed the rich man's game.
Really?
Because a new set would drop every 3 months, okay? When a set would drop, they would also... I think it was maybe twice a year, they would change what's called a ban list.
Okay.
The purpose of this is to keep the game fresh. So basically with the ban list, you could have cards that are just stupid overpowered.
Right.
Then halfway through the year, a ban list comes out. Now it's either banned or you can only have one of it or two of it. So it changes the format. And then on top of that...
So they change something...
They'll change the rules.
Wait, okay, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but they would have a card that was banned.
Yeah.
And then they would take it off a band?
No, other way around.
Okay.
They have a card that's released, and so because the card is new, it is not banned. They
so
never
you would
have a card come out
a little
that's
bit
banned.
of time to like
just
play a
wreak
busted
havoc.
card. Okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think I know what is Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed is a banned card.
That's like a pretty big meme.
Have
That's a
Pot
pretty
of
big
Greed.
meme.
It's a big meme. All it is draw 2 cards.
Have you seen that video of that guy where he's like in VR and he's like playing an actual like Yu-Gi-Oh VR game?
Yeah.
And everyone around them is like taking it serious, but he's like doing an impression of the anime. He's like, I play Pot of Greed to pull 3 more cards from my deck, and with that I will play Pot of Greed to pull 3 more cards from my deck, and with that I will play another Pot of Greed, which will pull 3 more cards from my deck.
No, but that sounds just fucking like it. And the reason for bans.
Yes.
So basically, why it's the rich man's game is because you come out with a new format. Suddenly, there's broken cards.
Yeah.
You invest hundreds because you're either doing 2 things.
Yeah.
You're pulling these cards yourself from booster packs.
Oh, they're booster
which
packs.
Booster packs cost money.
Lord.
Booster packs cost like
course they do.
anywhere from $4 to $8, right?
Yeah.
So imagine trying to find a card. You go through 10 packs to maybe get one of the card you need when you can have 4 of them.
Yep.
So then you turn to resellers, eBay, other platforms, people in
Which
person.
is legendarily the worst thing in the world.
Oh, it's terrible.
Resellers.
So basically what happens is to play at a competitive level,
Yeah.
you need to be current,
Yep.
which means you are spending money. Okay?
So you literally
This
have to,
game, Fire Emblem,
Right.
is just like that.
Talking about heroes?
Just like that. Fire Emblem Heroes.
crazy.
So they'll come out with a
So
new
they'll
unit
ban?
on a weekly basis. They have no bans.
Oh, okay.
All units are valid.
Sure.
But here's the deal. They basically, the game plays like Yu-Gi-Oh! Ironically. It doesn't really play like Fire Emblem, the actual game. It plays more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you play a character, or in
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a monster,
Right.
and they have a paragraph of text that is the effect they have. So it becomes a strategy game
Okay.
and luck-based game
Okay.
of whose effects are better than the opponent's and how you maneuver those.
Gotcha.
Okay? And the rules of the effects change the game completely. It's almost like you're entering a blank slate and I have my rules of the game,
Yeah.
you have your rules.
Right.
Who's going to win?
And so when you play one of those cards,
Right, or the
character,
the character from
it
Fire
will just
Emblem.
change whatever the rule is, and then that can be changed again.
Yes. Right.
Cool.
So they'll just keep coming
We're
out
loving
on a dude. It got to a
So-
point where I just quit the game
I was
for the
gonna say, is
second
this
time.
your explanation for why you spent all
Yes,
$300?
bro. Because if you want to be current on the competitive version of that game, you need to get new characters. And the average cost of a new character, I looked it up. It's
No.
$800
For what?
for a maxed out new character. So I'm not even getting a maxed out new
my
character.
God.
I'm just getting the character.
This is crazy to me. So, okay, this is also something that I've been learning more about, because the term gotcha, I feel like it's kind of
Gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
It's kind of new to me.
Yeah.
Because so I was
want me to
learning about
explain
this
it?
from okay, so I've learned a little bit. So I'll explain what I know,
Yeah.
and then you can tell me what
Cool.
the rest is, if that's what you think.
And then we'll jump into our sections.
Then we'll just jump right into it. I'm done with that.
Yeah. Cool.
But real quick, my buddy Chris, he plays. You know what the Fate series is, right?
Fate?
Yes.
Yeah, like Fate
Like
Stay.
Fate Stay Night,
Yeah.
and then Fate Unlimited Bloodwork.
Bladeworks.
Yeah. Unlimited.
Great
Bloodworks.
anime, by the way. It's also
yeah.
on Netflix.
That's what I've heard. Haven't seen it actually. I'm supposed to be the anime guy. I'm a dog shit.
The animation is crazy.
Yeah, it's done
You
by
would
the same
really
studio that
appreciate
did
it.
Demon Slayer, at least for
Oh,
Fate Stay
fuck.
Night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Demon Slayer just started the new season, by the way. Crazy. So good.
Oh, shit.
So good.
I'm so behind.
I know. You got to get caught up, but that's okay.
Anyways,
so he was
gotcha.
explaining they have a gotcha game for Fate, and this guy he lives with his parents. No dish on him. He's like 20, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, yeah. My buddy Chris, he tells me that every penny that comes from his paycheck, he puts into this game. He spends an ungodly amount of money on this game, paycheck to paycheck, just dumping in it. Obviously, I'm not here to say the ethics of how Chris deals with Fate. Chris, if you're listening, I love you so much, buddy. I love you so much. I've actually pulled some of his characters for him, and I've gotten some really good ones before, just to help him out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I know is that you spend money to get characters, but it's randomized. What I'm guessing is that it's similar to Xenoblade 2 in the way that those blade bonds work. Per character, you have rare ones, common ones, legendary ones, and then you can kind of fuse things with them. I don't know if
That
that's how it
sounds.
works, everyone.
No, that sounds.
But you know how Xenoblade 2 is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I assume,
Okay.
because that's what it feels like
Yeah.
when I'm playing Xenoblade.
No, that's 100% it, bro.
playing a
I
gotcha
think
game.
you're nailing it. It's basically like a gotcha game is kind of like taking the odds. and by odds I mean like the luck of like a card-based game, like a booster pack,
Right.
because you are literally spending money. And the games usually give you incentive on this. They usually, how they kind of reel you in is they give you free money. They
Right.
give you free of their in-game currency.
Right.
But it's not enough to play at a competitive level. It never is. They give you enough to play casually,
Right.
but not competitive, because they're coming out with these new, again, like there's different rarities, like you said, of units.
Right.
And obviously the best rarity units are just wipe the other units. Like sometimes it's embarrassing. Like the brand new highest rarity unit
Right.
is usually the best unit in the game.
Right,
And then
right.
so since new ones are always coming out
Yeah.
on a very regular basis, the temptation to have the best unit is very
So
high.
you gotcha.
It
gotcha.
Plus,
'Cause you're
it's
in it already.
luck based. You are
Yeah.
almost none of these games directly give you a purchase option or an earn option for one of these busted characters.
It's not like Fortnite where you can go into the store and buy a skin.
No.
Or like buy a
or
specific
DLC
weapon or
to
DLC.
buy pay to
It's
win.
all booster
It is
pack?
literally it's a luck based booster pack.
It's kind of like collecting cards, though. You know what I mean?
It
I mean,
is
it's
right.
just
I
that.
have like on Fire Emblem Heroes. I've quit, by the way. I said that earlier.
He's
but
sober.
This is my
He's completely sober.
This is my second time quitting because like the money is stupid.
They got
and
you back.
It honestly is
you
just
quit once.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I kind of missed it. I was like, well, I'm
yeah.
not going to spend money again. And I spent $10, and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I'm done again.
I'm
Yeah.
done because I'd spent $10. I got the unit I wanted,
Yeah.
which I was like, oh fuck yeah, luck is spiraling today. Then the next week they released this character that was so. It's like you already think something is busted,
Right.
and then they release something else, and you're like, okay, this is just getting stupid.
just wild,
This is just
yeah.
getting dumb. I need to show you a picture. I need to show you. Well, I'll pull it up later. We'll talk about it.
Sure,
It's
we can-
basically
yeah.
like, imagine this.
Yes.
When the game first started, the effect of an ability on this character is like this long. Okay.
Explain it for
Okay.
people listening.
It's like an inch long.
It's like an inch long.
The effect of the new character
Yes.
is this long. It is easily
Just 12 inches.
Just reading the effect. Yeah. It's like 12 inches
It's like
long.
12 inches to 1 inch.
Just reading it gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Like how you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's like holy shit.
No,
So-
I'm totally with you.
Anyways, on a lighter note, I'm gonna
Yes.
shift it real quick before we jump into
Shift her up,
our topics,
baby.
which is I've also been there was that Nintendo Direct that was Pokemon themed last week, I think, or the week before.
It was like a week and a half.
Excuse me. And they did some shadow drops. One of those shadow drops was the Pokemon trading card game, Game Boy
true.
Color game.
That is true.
Which I grew up with.
Yep.
And I played the shit out of that game. I'm not
yep.
kidding you. I've already beaten it.
You beat it already?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. It just I recommend it. If anyone owns the online expansion pass for Switch, that game, if you have any interest in Pokemon cards, it is the cheapest way to get into it, and it's just a classic.
Yeah.
It's like playing Pokemon Red or Blue, like just the old kind of like stylized pixel art
Right.
Pokemon.
Right.
But with the original 3 base set of cards, plus they have some exclusives for the Game Boy.
Right.
So, and it is really just the game.
Yeah.
Like everything is luck based. It's really
Right.
fun.
You showed me some of it.
Yeah.
And I really liked what I saw. I didn't see a lot. I didn't even get to see you really like battle much.
Yeah.
But I like that it's more than just cards.
Yeah.
It feels like it's almost like this world of Pokemon.
It is.
Which
There's
is
8
really
gym
cool.
leaders.
That's
There's an
cool.
Elite 4.
That's lit.
It's lit.
That's
It's super
lit
lit.
as fuck.
And honestly, my hot take, some of the best music in Pokemon, at least chiptune wise.
Yeah. If you enjoy those.
If you enjoy
yeah,
chiptunes, like old
chiptunes,
classics,
yeah.
like I definitely do, that's all I listen to 24/7 when I go to bed. I'm only
good.
listening to chiptune.
Yeah.
I listen to chiptune lo-fi. That's all a joke.
You actually?
No.
I'm gonna say that'd be kind of lit. If
but
you did. He's just like going
find
to
some, you know?
I'm like, what is this?
Josh, let's jump into
Let's jump.
this next segment,
Let's
which
jump.
is the first of the segments we got for the show.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Is going to be history for this week. So this is the history. I'm going to be. There's so many astronomical amount of games now that exist.
Yep.
Like hundreds of thousands.
Probably like at least 10.
Hundreds of thousands.
Maybe
with the indie games.
Maybe 10. Maybe 9.
Write me and correct me, okay? Fucking, there's so many
Maybe.
fucking games. So I've curated it to games that I found kind of notable, and this is going to be going forward. So for this section, it's going to kind of be like games that I found interesting, games that my friends have found interesting,
Yummy.
games I potentially think you're interested in.
Okay.
So I'm going to read through the list, and then we can do a little discussion after.
Let's take a look.
So first up, we've got Batman Arkham Asylum.
Classic.
Was released for the PS3 14 years ago in 2009.
That was today?
That was it. None of these are today. I actually didn't write like the exact date because it was a lot of work.
Fuck.
I just put in these are all for this week.
Oh, this week.
So,
okay, yeah. Let's do it.
So what's the date today? Today is the 23rd of August of 2023.
Sorry for burping
So,
again, bro. Just did that again. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, this is just hanging out with Josh, everybody.
I'm sorry, everyone. I burp and fart.
Don't be sorry for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
I appreciate that.
So this is between the dates of August 21st through August 27th of any year that I give you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. No more interruptions.
My bad.
So Batman Arkham Asylum was 14 years ago in 2009.
Yep.
Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo.
Very classic.
28 years ago, 1995.
Chrono Trigger is
One of my
28 years
favorite
old.
games of all time. Wow. Yes, dude. Nintendogs on the DS.
Dude!
18 years ago in 2005.
No way.
18 years ago. Crazy.
Dude, on the DS?
On the DS. Not nuts.
That is so wild. I don't want to discuss too much, but I just want to say real quick, I fucking love Nintendogs. I played, that was one of the first games I ever owned myself.
Yeah?
Kirby Squeak Squad, Nintendogs.
Yeah.
Those were the first two that I owned myself. That wasn't like sharing with my siblings.
No, for sure.
What I mean? Yeah.
Next, I don't know if you've heard of this game. It's called Conception 2 Children of the Seven Stars.
I have never heard of that.
It has an anime style cover. It was released on 3DS and the Vita.
Wow.
10 years ago.
It's on Vita?
On Vita.
I get it.
This is the okay, I'm gonna go through this list.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it because it's honestly a meme. We've got Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. This is Final Fantasy's second take at an MMO.
14?
14.
Is that the one with the pink haired girl?
No, that's 13.
13?
That's Lightning.
Yeah.
14 is the MMO, which is still going.
Oh, it's still around. Yeah. I've heard of this one.
It has now been released 10 years ago on the PS3 and PC.
And it's still going on.
These, by the way, are North American release dates.
Yeah.
So a lot of our influence, especially if it's anime based, a lot of these companies exist in Japan. So usually, especially in the older times, like in the Pokemon days, they'd get it years before we did.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, all that. Modern times, it's a little different now.
Mostly close.
It's mostly streamlined.
It's pretty
Pokemon streamlined now. Final Fantasy is streamlined now.
Yeah.
A lot of the mainstream is. But back in the old days, we would either never get a game or it'd be years. We'll do a whole Final Fantasy episode because that is a whole meme of history. I'm not kidding. Yes, dude. Games,
I would love to.
For example, Final Fantasy 2 is called Final Fantasy 4.
I've heard about this. Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard about
we'll get into that.
It is. Yes.
Stuff's wild. The history of gaming is fun.
Shit's wild.
So Uncharted. The Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy.
Yep, that was the last PS4 iteration of Uncharted, and that was 6 years ago.
Wow.
In 2017.
Yeah, that's the only Uncharted game without Nathan Drake in it.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
It's
Yeah.
the only one.
You beat it?
No, actually, but Dorian was playing it, and he said it was amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
I've heard one of the hottest takes in the world, which Blade, one of our friends, Blade, he claims that it's the best Uncharted, but he also claims that
the fuck?
2 is the second best, and that like 3 is not even on the list. And he says 4 isn't either.
So I'm gonna just tune out Blade right now.
I was gonna say, don't trust that opinion. Yeah. That is not how I feel at all. But if we ever have him on the podcast, he would definitely have a hot take. Like
for sure.
He would have a couple hot takes. No
GoldenEye 007 on the N64 was
N64.
Released 26 years ago in 1997.
Wow,
that's older than you, my guy.
Is that? No, it actually is older than me. Is that on the Nintendo Online? Do you know?
I don't know.
I think it is. It might not be though, but I just don't remember.
I don't think it is. Perfect Dark is. I remember just going through this list with Kendall, so
Yep.
I don't think it is.
No, you're right. You are right.
Devil May Cry, the original.
The first one.
On PS2 was released 22 years ago.
Look at that.
In 2001.
22?
22. Huh. Deus Ex. Deus Ex Human Revolution. So this is the sequel to the Deus Ex game. I believe it's the first sequel that they had.
Yeah.
If not, is there only? I think there's only 2.
What about Deus Ex Machina? That was a new one that came out on Switch.
Yeah, unrelated.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
I'm pretty sure.
Deus Ex Machina? It's called Deus Ex? and they use X for like all the other shit. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
I think they're unrelated. I honestly might be tripping.
It could be.
It doesn't. I don't think it's got the main character though. Adam Jensen.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never played it.
Okay. Yeah, it came out in PS3, 360, and PC 12 years ago.
Wow.
In 2011.
Wow.
Metroid Prime Trilogy released on the Wii 14 years ago in 2009. Mega Man Legacy Collection.
So good.
8 years ago on PC in 2015.
The Legacy Collection?
Yep, the Legacy Collection.
On PC?
On PC.
Why did it take so
8 years
long
ago.
to come to Switch?
You know, that's a great question.
That's an amazing question.
How old's the Switch now?
Switch is 8. No, it's not. 5? No. Dude, it's like 7.
Is it 7?
2017.
Yeah.
8? No. What is that?
That's 6.
Is it 6?
Yeah.
Coming on 7, right?
It will be next March.
Yeah.
So
It will be on its birthday.
on its birthday. Tales. You know I'm a big Tales fan.
Yes.
Like Tales of Vesperia, for example,
Yep.
which I believe is on this list. It is. I'll just jump ahead. Tales of Vesperia.
Ooh.
I love the Tales of series, by the way. Xbox 360, 15 years ago, 2008.
Wow.
Took forever to get an HD remake. I'm not kidding. Tales of Legendia was the first kind of next-gen game for it. That was on PS2, so that was the first PS2 for the title.
That was next gen?
That was kind of their next-gen before, because this Tales of series goes all the way back to, I think, the NES, if not the Super Nintendo.
Wow.
Or the original PlayStation.
That's really
old.
admirable, yeah, for a series to go on since the NES.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got
only
big respect for those. Like Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Final Fantasy. Mario, Zelda, all those. Which are all still making big games.
Big games.
Like, huge.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if you think about it, just like going from the NES to where we're at now with Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, dude.
That's crazy. Crazy.
We're at the 1 hour mark.
Are we really?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it, man.
Go, baby.
Are you sure?
So we've got,
Incredible.
So I've got, wow.
You got it.
It's not Super Mario. It's Mario Super Sluggers. So this was the
Super
sequel
Sluggers?
to the baseball game
Yeah.
on the Wii 15 years ago.
Wow.
2008.
That's amazing.
Dissidia, Final Fantasy.
Dissidia.
This was the first like kind of fighting game on PSP.
PSP.
I remember playing
That's
the
cool.
shit out of this.
That's cool as fuck.
14 years ago in 2009. Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance.
Super Circuit was lit.
So good.
Did you play that?
Yes, bro.
Dude,
I played the shit out of
so
it.
lit.
22 years ago in 2001. Super Mario Sunshine.
Let's go!
On the GameCube. That is a top game for me.
That's what I'm talking about.
21 years ago.
So crazy.
2002.
Wow.
F-Zero GX.
GX! Dude.
GX.
Oh my god. I gotta say, I am a huge F-Zero fan. GX is literally like one of the best racing games.
It is.
I think that it is
No
a
contest.
travesty that Nintendo has not made a sequel to GX.
I know what they're
or
doing.
even just not even port it, but make something F-Zero,
dude.
man.
It's silly.
You got Captain Falcon, you got all this shit, and you're not gonna make it so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, that came out. Where's my list here? On the GameCube 20 years ago today. Well, might be today. 2003.
Hey, it's kind of up in the air.
Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire
Wait.
on the Game Boy Advance.
I played that game.
Did you? I never played it.
Pokemon Pinball, yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pinball
I saw
game,
screenshots.
so it's
There's
kinda
like the
fun.
pinball and there's like Kyogre at the top,
there's
you know, and
it
like
would be
Groudon.
Kyogre or it would be someone different too. It would be like Pikachu, or, and it would change.
You'd like fight him with the pinball machine.
Yep, it was pretty cool.
That was 20 years ago,
That was pretty
2003.
lit. Dude,
yeah.
that's open up.
Compare that. That's kind of crazy because compare that to 20 years ago was Devil May Cry.
Wow.
That was 22 years ago.
Wow.
And wow.
And what was Pokemon Pinball?
20. So that's even newer.
That's crazy. Wow.
We
Watch
got-
out, Dante. You're
Yeah.
hey.
We got Tales of Vesperia, which I just mentioned. Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo.
On the OG. Yeah.
Yep.
Super
31 years ago. Wow. 1992, which is my fucking birthday, bro.
Holy shit.
It's exactly how old I am.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
Dude, at the
1992,
same
Super
time.
Mario Kart. That's my birth game.
At the same time, you and Super Mario Kart were born.
I know.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's... Who's aged better?
Probably you, bro. Have you tried to play Super Mario Kart?
No, you're right.
That's a dog shit game.
It's pretty dog.
I tried to play it because I like want to love all the Mario Karts for themselves. Horrible. Yeah. They're terrible.
I didn't really
because they
play it a
released
lot.
it. They released it again on the
It's on the
Nintendo
the
Switch
eShop.
Online.
Yeah, the online.
Which yeah. You have
Well,
definitely
this next one is huge. Earthbound.
Ooh,
On the Super Nintendo.
Very
That was
cool.
94, 29 years ago.
Wow.
Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. 16 years ago. I started this game. I never beat it. But I'm a big fan of Metroid Prime 1 and 2.
I think they should bring the trilogy to Switch. I don't know why they haven't.
Don't know what's happening. I don't
should.
know why they just released the first
The
one.
first one?
I'm so confused.
What's up with that?
I don't
I mean,
know.
I get that.
They already had the trilogy. Is right
yes,
there.
exactly. But it's better than none. But like, if they want to release them individually,
Yeah.
it's also Nintendo, bro. You know they do weird
They make
shit.
no fucking sense.
Zero sense.
Castle Crashers. On
Dude.
the Xbox 360.
Well, how long ago was that?
15 years ago.
15?
2008.
What?
I remember I was in high school. I remember that. I remember that dropping, and that was a big deal.
Castle Crashers was originally on Newgrounds, though.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like a big deal.
But
back
the
then.
first, these are console releases, so
Right.
these are official platform
Okay.
releases. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like Flash games and
Flash
shit.
games and shit,
It's
yeah.
pretty much just like PC.
Well, aren't we the Flash
phone.
Bros? Come
Hey,
on, Can we talk about Flash games?
Hey, bro.
I'm just
I remember Flash games. Yeah, Newgrounds. That
Dude,
was some
Newgrounds
shit.
had the shit. Did you ever play Super Smash Flash?
Wait, I have.
Have you?
Finishing this up,
Please,
Spore.
please. Spore,
Did
classic.
you ever play Spore?
Oh, of course I did.
That was
Everyone plays
amazing.
Spore.
Mac and PC. Very rare. It's a Mac game too. It launched
played
on
it on my
Mac.
Mac. Yeah, I played it on
15
my
years ago, 2008.
Wow,
And
I was
Control
15?
came out 4 years ago on PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
For that
I
game.
can't remember the studio,
Not that good.
but really, I've heard it was really
Control
good.
with the red-haired girl?
Yes, I've heard.
Maybe
I heard that at launch.
Yeah.
Major graphical issues.
Yep.
But when I think they did like fixing patches, but on modern consoles with like it being in like 120 or 60 frames per second and just like running a lot better. I've heard it is an incredible game.
Right.
That launched in 2019. Wow.
2009?
4 years ago.
I think it was just Dorian said he didn't like
You got
it.
any
Maybe that's the only thing I think.
any comments you want to make on this extensive list? That is all for the history of
Absolutely.
the curated list.
First off, I just want to say, Nintendogs, fucking epic game.
Yeah.
That game is fucking sick. And also, I just wanted to say there was this RV car you could find of Bowser, and you could drive around your house as Bowser. It looked like Mario Kart. And you could run into your dogs, and this scary Bowser music would play. And
That
your
actually
dogs,
was in the game?
Yes, and these dogs were like terrified of it. You could just terrorize your dogs with this little Bowser. I just wanted to mention that. Mega Man Legacy Collection surprises me on how old it is. Because they just released it like 5 years ago on Switch.
On Switch, yeah.
Which is like, why?
It's
why-
kind of crazy that it's still been 5 years.
I know. That is weird.
Josh, I'm gonna use the restroom.
Really?
Yep, so I'll be right back.
Should we stop recording?
No.
Nah, we'll go fuck ourselves.
Yeah. Just
All
do
right.
whatever you want.
I'm probably gonna sing
back.
for just a little bit. Damn, you're back quick.
Oh, dude, I had a load.
Really?
That was nice.
Give it a little massage on my back.
Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, Josh, let's jump into the news.
Let's do
This
it.
next segment is going to be news and updates. We'll announce updates for the channel here, which right now we have none.
0.
This is episode 1.
Here's an update to the channel.
Oh,
We just had episode 1. We just started recording episode
right,
1.
bro. Okay, update complete.
We completed all the updates.
Basically, how this is going to work, Josh, is we're going to go back and forth on kind of some curated news that we found for this week, news that we found interesting. I'm taking the video game kind of route, and I'll get you in the anime wheelhouse. So I'll have you start us off right now with...
Well, first off, just got a lot of really cool stuff coming up.
Okay.
Seriously, a lot of really cool stuff. I'm kind of going to touch on more like the anime and manga community a little bit more than Sam is. He already said this, but I just thought it would be worth stating.
Yeah, for sure. People know what to expect.
Exactly.
You know. Also, this podcast, while being kind of video game and anime centered, we have a lot that's in our wheelhouse. We have a lot that we're interested in. We're interested. We have mutual interest in Marvel. We have mutual interest in Spider-Man as a whole because of Into the Spider-Verse. We got a lot of mutual interest, and so we can cover anything that we just care for. Just in general, the focus will be kind of gaming for me and anime for you.
I'm with it.
Do I got that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with it.
Cool.
It's just kind of how we structure it. I'm with that. So anyone who appreciates anime and manga, or even if you don't, you've probably heard of Black Clover. Black Clover's pretty big. not the biggest, which is kind of one of its worst. One of the toughest things about it is the fact that.
Like, what do you mean?
The anime is not as popular as the animation studio wants it to be. Mm-hmm. And so right now it's on an indefinite hiatus. That's what the anime is.
Oh.
But currently the manga was apparently not completely selling the way that they wanted to. And has officially moved from Weekly Shonen Jump to a brand new publishing part, which I believe is still a part of Shonen Jump, called Giga Jump.
Okay.
And it's going to be kind of...
That's the manga?
Yes.
Has moved to Giga Jump?
The manga has moved to Giga Jump, and the anime is in an indefinite hiatus right now. So right now, what we're going to expect is that there's only going to be a new chapter every 3 months for the next coming years, however long it's going to come. Supposedly, I'm not caught up to the manga. I haven't read far enough. But supposedly there's kind of rumor that the ending's going to be rushed and people are worried about kind of what's going on. I think it has a lot to do with theories go with.
But it's just rumors, right?
Well, the publication and where it's going to be published in this point is a fact, where it's going to be going with Giga Jump. But the rumors about it being
rushed
does not hold much merit, but there is a reason. There should be a reason on why it's moving from weekly. You know what I mean?
I don't understand that. I understand the anime, especially if like they're not achieving the viewers or like whatever.
Yep.
But
so it's really interesting. Do you know you watched a lot of Bleach, right? Yeah. So it's the same animation studio that was doing Black Clover, and now that did Bleach before. They're now moving on to doing Bleach again, so they're working on.
So they
1,000 Year Blood War.
dropped Black Clover for
the most part.
most part.
They were still working on 1,000 Year Blood War when Black Clover was coming out, but the issue is it doesn't do as good as Bleach. That's the truth.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, when you're writing a shonen manga or you have a shonen anime, you need like a pretty damn good viewer base. You know what I mean? Because they're long stories. They're very like they go on for a good amount of time. Black Clover is pretty short for a shonen. It's only 170 episodes, but it's like you need that kind of like
only 170 episodes.
I watched One Piece. So it's it's still going to be distributed by Viz, which is where it normally is. Shonen Jump, and that's where the manga is published through.
Okay.
So it's all going to be, it's still coming out, but we're only going to see chapters every 3 months, so we're only going to get a couple chapters. I mean, not a couple. More than a couple, but less yearly, because normally it was weekly. So kind of a sad note to start it off, if you are a Black Clover fan, which I am personally.
Yeah, that is sad.
It's kind of sad.
I haven't seen Black Clover. I have the anecdotal feedback, which is yours and our other roommate Dorian.
Yep.
And Dorian, I remember him watching it, I think like a year ago at least, and he was pulling it up, and he got pretty far. He got like 3 or 4 seasons in.
Dorian got caught up.
No, but this is like when he first started watching Black Clover, because he heard a lot of really good recommendations for it. And he's watching it, and I just remember checking in his room, be like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm watching this. Right. It's not good."
What he told me was, he said the first 25 to 30 episodes, he just wasn't feeling it. He literally said he felt like he was clocking in for a shift, which to me personally is wild. Because seriously, it's wild to me.
It's
because
wild.
I sat down and I fucking loved it. Probably from episode 1, which I had a lot of influence because our other really good friend Dylan is passionate to all hell about Black Clover. It's his favorite of all time, so there was a little bit of like, there was kind of like that necessity or kind of need to watch it, and so I enjoyed it since day one. I don't know what Dorian was doing. He was also switching between dub and sub. Did he tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, so he couldn't decide which one he liked more.
So he's just going back and forth?
Kept switching. Bruh. And I was like, dude, you don't know what the fuck's going on. These characters are not like resonating with you because it's a different character every episode.
They have a different audio clip every fucking episode.
You know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, so
to that?
I think that's why, but Black Clover I think is a really it's a really incredible show, and it's a really good story. It's really emotional, and it has a lot of really good moments. And if you're going in expecting it to be something that it isn't, which is a completely original anime with no inspiration from other animes before you, you will be disappointed.
Okay.
And so go in with it with this idea that, you know, it's a part of a legacy of anime. You know what I mean? It's part of a kind of a
for sure
a love letter to things like Naruto, or even like JoJo to a degree, and like other things like that. You know. So anyway, JoJo.
Okay. Well, for number 2 for the news, I've got a quote from the Super Mario Wiki. On August 21st, 2023, Nintendo announced on social media that Charles Martinet, longtime voice actor for Mario, would no longer be voicing the characters in future. And by characters, he hasn't just voiced Mario. He's voiced a lot of others.
Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, baby.
Yeah. And instead, he will become an ambassador for the series.
Yeah.
His first game was widely believed to be Mario 64. It was actually 1994's Mario Teaches Typing.
No way. That is a fucking
Isn't that
scoop.
wild?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And I looked at it, and it was like this whole like I think it was on like Mac and PC, and it was like just this program. It was that you literally
teaches you
Mario. Yeah, you
That was
if you
before
type.
64?
This was 2 years before 64. If you type and you get it right, he'll like destroy like the Goombas and the Koopas on his way to Bowser. Bowser's in it. Like it's kind of a thing.
That is pretty cool.
So he's stepping down, which is big sad.
Big sad,
and he is also known for his role in Mario 64, like I said, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and Baby Mario, among other characters.
Among other ones, no, absolutely. Charles Martinet is a staple to the character Mario itself.
For sure.
Like, I'm not kidding. I was just watching a video
please forgive me that I said Martinet.
Martinet is very cringe, by the way. The fact that you called him that is pure disrespect to that man.
Yeah, I've never heard his name out loud. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We'll all forgive you. I'll think about forgiving you.
Okay.
But yeah, Martinet is what made Mario the character, to be completely honest. Because apparently the way that it went was he was one of many, many different voices for Mario, but all they had for notes for this character was the fact that he was a plumber from Brooklyn, he's Italian, and he's got an accent, right?
Yeah.
That's all they gave him. And so Martinet was like, hey, it's me, Mario, I don't make a pizza, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But other people were doing like, hey, it's me, Mario, I'm a Mario, you know what I mean?
Oh.
So he made this entire style to this character that truly, like, that upbeat, positive energy was not a part of what they were truly working with until they got the voice actor.
Really?
And so he was a part of, even before 64 was completely, like done and released, which I'm guessing they made Mario Helps with Type a little bit after 64 was still in production. Because he was hired on for 64, you know what I mean? So I'm guessing they just got his voice for it, and it came out before. That's what I'm guessing. To be honest, I don't have any merits for that, so don't believe a word I say. But yeah, he created Mario as a character. He created
I believe that.
like Luigi, the way that they structured Luigi after that with the way he does his voices, they're just so important and impressionable, and they've created it's the character. He created the character, like all these things that we know. Even like they literally, like in Mario Tennis, they were like, Wario's gonna have there's an evil Mario and evil Wario. How are you gonna do that? I want to win. I'm a cheetah. You know what I mean? That's a character. That's something that he created. And
that's
so
really fucking
to
cool.
say that it is sad that he's stepping down is an understatement. Yeah. Because he is Mario. Yeah. He is absolutely what made Mario, and he is Luigi. He's all those characters that he is. He is very important. And you know what? I want this man to also just let him retire too. I was thinking about that. I've heard people online be like, oh man, like Martinet's gone. It's like, no man, let this dude, he's like, I don't know how old he is. Probably in his 70s, right?
That's what I think. Yeah. He looks old.
He does look old. I mean, he looks great for his age.
No, he's falling over. Yeah. This man's tripping on fucking pipes and shit.
Last time I saw him, he was in a wheelchair. And I thought to myself, actually, I met him once.
Did you?
Yeah, he was at Comic-Con.
Oh, shit.
I just said hello. And I walked by, but he was so nice. He had a big old smile. He's like, "Hey." So I didn't really meet him, but he does a lot of cons. He does a lot of stuff. And so I'm guessing that's not gonna stop.
No,
he's continuing to do
stuff. So he's going to be an ambassador. I don't know what that means. I thought basically retired, but
I thought it did too, but it could still mean the cons.
Yeah.
It could still mean the him doing
some kind of representation.
Representation, or even just like something to make a paycheck. Who knows? You know what I mean? Still staying with Nintendo in that way.
For sure.
So we love you, Martinet. Sam loves you, even though he called you Martinet.
Listen, Mr. Martinet.
No.
I got beef with you, buddy.
No.
I don't like mushrooms in my pasta. How many fucking times do I gotta say it?
That's not his fault, though. That was set up in Mario, Mario Brothers, which was on the NES.
What's the next piece of news?
Next piece of Moose. Moose is coming out quick.
Yeah, Moose number 3.
Let me just ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
I've asked you this before.
Please.
What is the #1 manga in the world?
It's got to be One Piece.
Do you think that?
I have to believe it's One Piece.
Is that your final answer?
My final answer is One Piece.
Yep, you are absolutely correct. Because that is the #1 manga in the entire world.
It would make absolutely no sense to me if it was the #1 show.
Yeah.
Right? Show!
Well, it's
not just anime. Show!
It's up there, though. It is. It's up there with one of the most viewed shows per year.
How would that make sense if it wasn't the #1 anime? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So the #1 manga in the world is getting a live-action adaptation. Most people probably know that. I think you knew that too.
Yeah.
But it comes out August 31st, which is, by the time of recording, only like 10 days, maybe. No, way less than 10 days.
What are you talking about, bro? 31st is a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow. So the way that they've been structuring this, they've been kind of doing more of a they want to say it's an adaptation of the manga and less the anime, because Netflix has done anime adaptations in the past, and to say they're less than stellar is a fucking understatement, because they have been rough. The Cowboy Bebop, which doesn't have a manga that it's based on, was based completely on the anime, which is an issue because you have source material that's already a show, and then if your show is also a show, it's completely comparable. You can compare every single part, every beat of the story, every character, and the way that they work and the way they interact. And so I believe what I think is they're taking the pressure off of themselves by making it an adaptation of the manga.
Okay.
It's not an adaptation of the anime. They're taking this incredible story, this 1,000 chapter long story with so many characters and so many different dynamics, and they're turning it into a live action show, and that comes out in fucking couple days.
Are you worried at all about any kind of disconnect between the anime and the show?
I would say you know, it's
you know what I mean?
No, I do. I'd say it's tough. It's tough because no matter what, you have adaptations to compare, and you always will.
Yeah.
Because you have a show, and then you have a new show. Yeah. Also, they're named the exact same thing.
Oh, okay.
One is just called One Piece. The other is called One Piece.
For sure.
So already you got comparisons that could be happening. But for me personally, the way that I really view it, and the way that kind of my brain goes, because initially when you hear there's a live action One Piece, if you know anything about One Piece at all, you will get worried, because it is one of the most cartoony, one of the most I literally just said at the beginning of the podcast, the way these characters are set up and the way that they are cartoony. They look different. None of them are on model. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for that to kind of be the show they choose to, or the story they choose to adapt into live action, it has that automatic feeling of like, why does it have to be? Why does there have to be this kind of live action? Live actionization of everything that's good.
I understand.
I have since then, changed my opinions, and I feel like what I look forward to most. Actually, this is the exact reason I'm so excited about it was because. My mother, love her so much, Christy Sims, she's the best of all time. She watches anime, but she doesn't watch shonen. She doesn't watch big, long anime that are like a ridiculous amount like One Piece.
Right.
But I showed her the trailer. She said she thought it looked really good,
shit.
and she's gonna watch it. So when I automatically think in my head, I'm like, okay, this story of One Piece is special. The manga is special. The reason it's been going on for so long is because it's special. There's something very special about the characters, the world, the way that it speaks to people. And if that can be translated to people who don't watch extremely long anime or very cartoony shows or anime in general, if that can be translated, I think that is nothing but a good thing.
Yeah.
And so I wait with open arms, and I have a lot of excitement that's going for that.
Okay, fuck yeah, bro. Thank you.
I'm very absolutely.
Let's jump to number 4. We've got, this is coming from Call of Duty's official Twitter account, actually their X account. Okay.
Yes.
Has revealed.
Don't say Twitter, man.
Yeah, bro. Can't say the blue word in this house. It's been revealed that new Modern Warfare 3, the game that is launching this fall, will have new features that are essentially just returning features that were missing from their last game, Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
Which they stated are at least these things. Map voting, classic minimap red dots, silent movement perks, health increases, and health increase meaning like you're not dying as fast, like your actual health in the multiplayer, like in the core series, it's higher than what it is last game.
Right.
And perks are available at the start of the match. I just thought this was really interesting because it's almost, maybe they're not doing it this way, and I'm out of the Call of Duty game. I don't really give a shit about Call of Duty. I haven't played, I was a hardcore Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2 fan, Black Ops, and I mean like the 360 versions, not these latest games.
Right, the new ones.
But there was years where I kept up with it with my friends.
Right.
So being out of the game, I just think it's kind of silly that they took shit out, all of these things that have been in every Call of Duty I've played, and they're putting it back in as new features.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They just took them out.
I believe so. I believe that my research showed that they took this out in the last game only. If not the first one, but in the last game.
They should. Wow. That's very funny.
And they're saying it in a way that's like,
it's like
hey,
an ad.
We're giving the fan base what they want, but they took it away.
You just took it away.
What do you? I just want to know your thoughts, because I think it's really silly.
Yeah. No, I think it's very silly. I think that it's a very interesting.
It'd be like, yo, Mario, we took away jumping. Check it out, new Mario game. We're bringing back jumping, bro.
It's kind of, I mean, like, Nintendo does similar things. I'd say, I like, I used this example before, but like Super Smash Brothers. Yeah. They literally had, if you remember to Smash Bros for Wii U. Yeah. They had DLC characters which you could buy.
Oh my god, you mentioned this.
And the characters to start us off were Mewtwo, Lucas, and Roy. Those characters already existed. Especially Lucas. I was pissed when it happened because Lucas, they just took him out. Yeah. He was in the last fucking game. He was literally in the last game. So what they did was they took him out and then you gotta pay for him. And for anyone who doesn't know, who doesn't play Smash Bros, these characters are not that original. They're not like some some new.
Mewtwo's pretty original.
Mewtwo's kind of original, but
Lucas and Roy.
Lucas and Roy are semi-clones.
Semi-clones.
Absolutely. For sure. Semi-clones. No question about it. There is no question in my mind that was just. It was a dumb thing to happen. I thought it was dumb at the time. And to advertise it too is just silly. So what it sounds like with those, I mean, do you know who's the publishing software? Who makes?
Okay, so Call of Duty. I'm a little into like I have a lot of fascination with kind of like gaming politics, which feeds into this new stuff well. Yeah. But Call of Duty has 3 rotating studios that produce their games, so it's not one studio that comes out with a game every year. Right. They have 3 studios that alternate with what they're developing with what comes out each year.
What are those studios?
Those studios are Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. Okay?
Yes.
Sledgehammer, they had Treyarch and Infinity War from the beginning. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, that was Infinity War. Okay. That was the first big multiplayer
the OG
Call of Duty.
One.
The OG Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 comes out, also Infinity War.
Yeah.
Then they come out with, I can't remember even the order. I think before Modern Warfare 2 was that one World War II game. World at War.
World at War.
Okay?
Yeah,
World at War was Treyarch.
Yeah.
Then they got Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward. Right? Then they got Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer.
Okay.
So
and they're not even working.
Sledgehammer was conceived, and I think with like Raven, some other studio there, but basically they got these studios that alternate, okay?
Right.
And I'm pretty behind now, so I don't know which studio is making what now.
Yeah. But it's still that 3.
It is still the 3 kind of rotating around.
Interesting.
Here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I would say, obviously I don't know the studios very well, but it's not a pretty environment to be a modern shooter.
Yeah.
In the current, gaming world we live
very,
in.
very competitive.
It's very competitive, but also like we're dealing with things right now where most shooters, Battle Royale included, or even other things, are free. Halo Infinite launched with a free multiplayer before the game came out.
Right.
Literally, that was the first thing that came out. And so it's like, it's hard to compete with that kind of idea. You have big games coming out, huge games.
For sure.
Overwatch 2, brand new game. Oh my God, new is a whole question. Fuck, that game is dog shit. I'm sorry. But that idea of like, you understand what I'm saying, right? Is
I do.
That idea goes...
Keep in mind, though, that
tough.
Call of Duty is still one of the top grossing games globally.
Absolutely.
On an annual basis.
And I would never say that those things are not... even the name Call of Duty and those things are not sellable.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that we are in a time of loot boxes and not even loot boxes much anymore. What is it called? It's a... help me out here. What does Fortnite have? Oh my God, I feel like an idiot.
I don't play.
No, dude. Every free shooter has it. It's a battle pass.
Battle pass.
Yes. Yeah. So we're in the age of battle passes. Free games, but a paid thing that you pay for every season.
Yeah.
Even fucking Rocket League got rid of their. They have a Rocket Pass now.
Yeah.
They got rid of their crates, which I used to dabble in just a little bit. And now they have this battle pass. We're in a time of battle passes and free games, and to be completely honest, sketchy ways to get money out of people who have already paid for things.
For sure.
And so when I look at that, I look at not a game for the players, it's backlash. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get too controversial, but that idea of like a publisher not giving a fuck about the people they're making the games for, getting backlash and then advertising it like that.
Right.
What it feels like to me is just kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And it doesn't excite me. If anything, it worries me about the state of where gaming is going. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm obviously not a shooter, but
and by state of gaming, I want to probably chime in that I think that single player is approaching like this like golden era of like single player gaming is getting really good again.
Absolutely.
There was a time a couple of years ago, I don't know like if you caught these headlines, but the headlines were saying that single player gaming is dead.
Is dead, yeah.
Dead.
Do you
like that's what people were saying, right? And then we've got all these blockbusters of the new Zelda that just came out. Tears of the Kingdom. We got Mario Odyssey that came out like after those. We got like RPGs.
We're having
starting to get better
games
than ever.
that are so incredibly cinematic, like Last of Us Part 2 being not only one of the most expensive games to produce, but one of the most incredible like experiences I feel like you can have as a single player game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those things I feel like are very, very recent. I think that there was a decline, especially in my opinion. There's always diamonds, no matter what.
For sure.
But there was definitely a time period when things were getting rough. I would say I'm not too. I don't feel too positively about them adding those things back in, and I think publishers have a responsibility to add and not take. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
And I think
I'm with
every
you.
situation.
I just thought it was interesting. And,
Absolutely.
I want to know your take. But
absolutely.
Josh, Let's keep breezing past this.
Please.
We're at an hour 40 now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Time is just breezing with you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
What's your next news piece?
So I got a couple here that I wanted to talk about. Do you want me to run through all these still, or how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, let's brief on it. So
I'm gonna brief with this one. This one's pretty simple.
Okay.
So it was actually about a month ago, but a brand new trailer dropped for the very, very popular Junji Ito story, Uzumaki.
Okay, you mentioned this to me.
Yes,
this is that horror shit,
yes.
right?
So to anyone who doesn't understand or doesn't
I
know
barely
too much
understand,
about it,
but this is fucking cool.
I had to explain this to him recently, so I'll keep it brief though. Junji Ito is a mangaka, but he is specifically a horror mangaka. This guy has been doing this.
Mangaka?
Mangaka is the term for a person who draws manga.
Oh,
so,
okay. Artist.
Oda is a mangaka, but his manga is One Piece.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So Junji Ito, very big in the horror community, huge when it comes to Japanese horror, very, very, very popular horror mangas. And I gotta say, like anyone out there, if you are easily frightened by things, do not watch this anime. Do not watch anything that is Junji Ito related. Not because it's like it's not super gory. It's not some kind of like extreme like dive into like it's not like that. Yeah. It's spine chilling true
It's
horror.
just like unsettling,
It's
right?
unsettling, but it keeps escalating.
Yeah.
It's like you stay unsettled for an entire story. And I don't want to say too much, but I remember when I was in high school, I was having I stayed the night at Blade's house. Our friend Blade, a mutual friend Blade. And he was like, "Oh, dude, you know what we should do? We should watch some Junji Ito, like stories told on YouTube." And I swear to God, I could not sleep the entire night because we watched one and I told him to turn it off. Just one. And the visual that was stuck in my head was just horrifying. These stories are so scary. I know I'm hyping up so much, but if you haven't read them, if you enjoy horror, you are in for a fucking treat. These are the best horror stories out there. And if you like manga and if you like really good art too, very spine chilling, but very, very good. So
yeah.
Do you want me to do another right now? Because I have 3 more.
You got 3 more?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, do another one.
Do another one real quick.
Yeah, and then we got 2 more left. After that,
real quick, I'm gonna do this one because it is. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this one quick. Legendarily, you and I very much love 7 Deadly Sins. Very, very popular.
Yes, for reference, 7 Deadly Sins is an anime. It's on Netflix.
It's also
and a manga, of course. Very, very good. One of the first animes that Josh introduced me to, and our friendship grew over here when I moved here and met them. And one that Josh and I continued all the way to the end. We have like 2 episodes left.
We literally need to finish.
And we dropped off. We haven't watched it together in like over a year, if not 2 years.
Yeah, but we
gotta go back.
Yeah, but we used to watch like episode to episode together.
Yeah, really, really good anime. But anyways,
very good.
So 7 Deadly Sins.
So 7 Deadly Sins just had. This is maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. They just released a brand new movie, which is it's called The Grudge of Edinburgh. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound crazy? The Grudge of Edinburgh Part 2. Actually, it's a Part 2 of the original series. So, Sammy, you cannot watch it yet because it is a prequel, but also a sequel to everything that happens at the end. But it's a prequel to the brand new manga that is being written right now. Which, another piece of that news, called? It's called The 4 Nights of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah, so the brand new one, it just got confirmed not too long ago. Got confirmed to have an anime adaptation. It doesn't have a release date. It doesn't have anything, but we will be seeing 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, the sequel to 7 Deadly. It's the continuation of the story in anime form. So pretty damn cool. I'm pretty sure it's the same studio that animated the last couple seasons, and the movie. Cool. So yeah, brand new movie, brand new anime coming out. So we gotta be excited.
Dude, that's fucking hype.
Gotta be.
That's super fucking hype.
Yeah, man.
That's all good. Okay, so in my second to last report here, number 6. Okay, well, this will technically be number 7 because you just did number 6.
That's perfect.
Microsoft has announced it will be shutting down the Xbox 360 digital storefront on July 29th, 2024.
Wow.
All games and DLC already purchased, anything you've purchased on the store can be re-downloadable and is re-downloadable, so the servers will remain,
right?
And they're playable on 360 and also on modern consoles on Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Okay. You can still download those games. You just want the storefront on the modern consoles will be there. I don't know if they'll have older games on it.
So like anything you have.
But you will not be able to boot up the store at all on your 360 any longer after this date.
What about say, there's 360 games that are available on an Xbox?
Yeah, that's what I don't know. Yeah. I read the article twice, and it was I read a couple articles, and it was kind of unclear. I don't know if Xbox made it very clear. They might have.
They might not.
But it's for sure that the online store will not work on your 360. But I don't know if you'll be able to purchase more. But it would make no sense to me if they would just shut down backwards compatibility. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
because
they would.
that was a big selling point. It's
a huge
years
selling
ago
point of
the console.
Yeah,
Xbox. Remember when they were trying to compete with PlayStation?
Yes.
Their whole thing was
Back
that
in the day.
we got backwards compatibility. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I thought this is interesting,
Very
and
interesting.
it will be joining the PSP, Wii U, and 3DS for vaulted digital stores.
Rest in peace.
On consoles.
Jeez, man.
Any comments?
Just want to say I'm a little confused because one of my favorite things about the Xbox is the backwards compatibility.
For sure.
That's the only reason I play my Xbox. They got Banjo-Kazooie. They got the whole Rare collection.
Dude, the whole
Rare collection. They got some good ones. They literally I don't know. There's some good ones on there.
Yeah. My guess is that
Insomniac.
the modern consoles are not affected.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
But
you don't know. You don't know.
Knows?
I also got to say, Wii U had the best digital store of any place ever.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
You think that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not. It's tough, but they had Virtual Console.
For
Their
sure.
Virtual Console was insane.
Yeah.
No one did it better than the Wii U. No one.
Yeah.
I mean, no Nintendo consoles, I mean.
Yeah.
Even the Switch. Switch has way better games than the Wii U has, but we're talking every game ever available was on
even
Wii U.
DS games.
DS games.
Yeah, dude.
Advanced games.
Yeah.
Any game. Freaking, oh my God, just
I know.
crazy.
No, you're right.
And
you're
you
right.
got Twilight Princess HD with Wind Waker.
Oh, don't even get me started on
Switch.
that, bro. Those need to be on Switch
They have to be.
now. I don't
know why
understand.
they're not. Wind Waker especially. Put that shit on there now. Yeah, that's my only comment.
All right. Josh, what's your last piece of news today?
Last piece of news. Ooh. Can I give 2? I'll make them brief.
Sure.
Okay. So Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki just released a brand new movie, which is a pretty dang big deal.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
It's called The Boy and the Heron. Like a
Okay.
heron as in a bird. This is a big deal because Hayao Miyazaki claimed he was going into retirement after The Wind Rises, which was the last movie that he made.
Yeah.
So this movie's been in
mentioned
production for maybe 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
Obviously, animation that's as good as Studio Ghibli takes a long time. But he apparently has put his heart and soul into it. Released in Japan, we have no release date
for America?
At all. So we don't know when.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, earlier in the show, bro. Sometimes shit happens in Japan and we just never get it.
So
that's hype.
It's very hype. It also has already sold more tickets than the Academy Award-winning movie Spirited Away, which is one of the best movies out there. So incredible.
Just what? First weekend?
Yeah. I mean, it's been out maybe 2 weeks now. Yeah.
Wow.
2 weeks, but it's enough for it to be as big a deal, if not bigger.
That's kind of fucking nuts.
Away. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But it's also, he's a huge pull in Japan.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And Ghibli in general.
All right, what's your
my
last
second piece? I just wanted to say, very, very big news for Naruto and Boruto fans.
Okay.
Which Boruto fans are very few in between, but I know they're still out there. The manga has just gone into its time skip, which is a very big deal for anyone who knows anime or anyone who knows Naruto in general, because it literally has a new title in the same way that Naruto did. It had the original series Naruto, and then it had Naruto Shippuden. This new one is called Boruto the next Naruto Next Generation was the original name,
Okay.
and now it's called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. And it is apparently making people quite excited. Some people are picking up the series completely. Huge spike in Boruto everywhere because it's kind of in this next phase of its life. So
sweet,
pretty big moment. So yeah.
I have never seen Naruto, but I've heard nothing but amazing things.
Only the second best anime.
But I do love Boruto. No, I'm just playing.
Dude, Boruto's dad is such a cool character, dude. They should make a spin-off about it.
All right, this last piece of news today is a fat meme. So IGN reports Alabama cop arrested and fired for stealing Pokemon cards from Walmart. Quote, as reported by Alabama's online news outlet Advance Local, the store's loss prevention employees saw the officer they saw the officer open multiple packs of Pokemon cards, stuff them in his pockets, and attempt to walk out of the store without paying for them.
What?
When the employees confronted the officer, he fled the scene on foot.
No way.
End quote. The officer was hauled to the Oxford County Jail after he was found at a local restaurant.
And he was a cop. He was a police officer.
The sheriff then states publicly, quote, it is with great embarrassment that we have to report this incident. And I'll bracket the officer, because I just don't want to put any names in here, has been terminated.
No! He just wanted the new booster packs.
End quote.
Oh, my Lord.
IGN also reported that things have gotten crazy with rare trading cards in the last 2 years, kind of post-COVID.
Yep.
Including, quote, a man in Georgia misused his COVID-19 relief money to buy a rare, shiny Charizard card and got sent to prison for it.
Do you know which card it was?
End quote. Well, shiny Charizard is.
Are they talking about like?
I'm pretty sure it's shiny Charizard, like the first.
Like
gen.
the hollow, the first.
Yeah, because that one's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's worth like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Probably the one.
In addition, quote, Post Malone purchased Magic the Gathering's The One Ring card for $2 million earlier this month. End quote. The only copy printed in black speech.
Wow.
They only made it's serialized, and there was a guy who pulled this from the pack. I read this article deep because this guy, it went out into I'm not a Magic player, but I do love Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
And so they had this partnership where they released these certain Lord of the Rings cards. So they released the card called The One Ring, and they had one copy that's serialized of the black speech ring. And in the text on the card, it is in black speech.
In Elvish.
And then they have it was something like 300 printed cards of Elvish ones or something.
Wow.
And they had 700 in English. So they had certain versions.
And there was one.
So they sent it out in random packs. Nobody knew if it was found or not, right? But then suddenly, I believe it was at the beginning of last month, like in July.
Yeah.
PSA is a grading service who they grade video games and they grade trading cards, like baseball cards, but also Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
And they grade it based on like the condition of it, and then they check its authenticity. So they only do this with authentic cards.
Right.
And so it got the rating was posted on their website of that One Ring card.
Wow.
And the person who submitted it wanted to be anonymous. And then a month later or whatever, Post Malone was found.
How much
reading the guy? $2 million.
$2
$2 million fucking dollars.
Holy shit!
On that card. Meanwhile, and didn't what's his fuck Jake Paul just buy like a $3 million? It's Logan.
Logan Paul.
He just bought like a $3 million on some Pokemon card.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. You know what? Not to get too off topic too, but I just learned that Digimon had trading cards. Did you know about this?
I did know that.
Yeah. So apparently
those aren't big here though, right?
Not huge. Yeah. But there's a very passionate community about it.
Sure.
And one of the YouTubers I really like, Curtis Connor, he apparently the Series 6 booster packages have never been photographed. It like literally you can't find it online, supposedly. Before he made this video, he found some, and then while he was making the video, he one of them, a full pack, which is like they don't exist really, went up for sale on eBay, and he bought it for $6,000 this YouTuber just bought a Digimon fucking card, dude.
What the fuck?
It's like a pack and it's just unopened. Crazy,
Yo,
right?
That's wild.
Yeah, it's wild shit.
All right, Josh, we have completed all of our segments, and now we're about to jump into the main topic.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, I think it's time for a little break because I got to piss my pants.
Piss again, huh?
Again.
Wow.
I don't know what's wrong with my bladder, but
All
it's
right.
fucking full.
Let's do a little...
I did down like 2 waters.
A little breaky.
My energy, my water. Yeah. We'll
Let's catch it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Oh,
We'll get back in.
I might get some food. All right, we're back.
Notable weekly game releases. This segment is basically just like if there's any game releases coming out this next week that I think would be, again, pertaining to us or our interests. There's not really much. We are kind of in the summer drought right now.
A little bit of
so
drought.
they say, right?
Yep.
So
Let
yeah,
me
I
be
feel like this
clear.
happens every summer, yeah?
Yes. I would say every single summer, but also let's be clear. It's not that we don't have content to play,
Right?
Because you and I definitely have a backlog of plenty of stuff.
My
we can
God,
play.
I'll never finish.
But the releases are not coming out.
Yes,
right now.
right.
New games.
Yeah. So August 24th.
Yes, sir.
Which that is what?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Blasphemous 2.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous 2 on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
What?
Blasphemous is cool. I've never played it myself, but it is a Dark Souls inspired 2D pixel art game. It's very gorgeous. Very gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. You've probably seen it on the store. The first Blasphemous. It's on sale a lot.
videos about it.
It's
got
literally
incredible pixel
it has
art.
incredible pixel
That's some of
art.
the
Do you know who
best
the
I've ever
publisher
seen.
is? You know who the design studio is?
No idea.
Adult Swim.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they make fucking good
Yeah,
bangers
you do,
sometimes.
you do.
Seriously.
I,
Caleb has played the first one and beaten it, and he says he loves it.
Yeah, I never played it,
Yeah.
but it looks really beautiful.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It looks really
And
good.
everything else looked like hot garbage. So,
Yep.
with that being said, Josh, are you ready to jump into today's main topic?
Absolutely.
Today's main topic
Yes, sir.
is the history of Mario.
What?
Yes, sir. Are you a Mario fan?
I'm a huge Mario fan.
I already know
I'd
that,
probably
bro.
say I don't think I've missed a mainline Mario.
You're a bigger
Since-
Mario fan than I think than I am.
Yeah, I absolutely am. I think that that's the case, but not, but not in the sense that it's like, you know. I think it's easy to be a Mario fan because the games are so good.
Yeah,
They're
but I mean,
literally
like, you're deep into Mario.
Absolutely.
You like appreciate the little things about Mario. You appreciate the evolution of the series, which is kind of what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Mario and kind of like the overarching. We're not going to get into like the nitty gritty and like get too deep into it. I just kind of want to like really give you a whole timeline here, kind of like really highlight the mainline Mario games and kind of take us on a little ride for where things have been and what year too, because I think it's really fascinating. You know,
I am also fascinated.
You in?
And yes, I'm so in. I'm locked in.
Mario's first appearance was in Donkey Kong.
Yes, sir.
In 1981 for the arcade.
Damn right.
And did you know that Mario was actually advertised as a carpenter and not a plumber?
I did not know
in
that.
Donkey Kong.
A
I didn't either.
carpenter?
A carpenter.
That's someone who makes rugs.
And works on houses and
Oh, maybe.
furniture. I think so. I'm no carpenter. I
don't
don't
know.
fucking know.
I have no idea. I'm not a carpenter either.
But Mario was allegedly a carpenter before he was a plumber.
Well, I'm glad that he has found his passion now.
Yeah, me too. Could you
cool to
imagine
try
how
out.
different Charles Martinet would be
No! God damn it, Sam.
if he was talking about a carpenter? It might be a very different.
Yeah, he probably would
Mario.
have sounded different. He
You know?
probably would have been. Yeah, he would have been. But he'd still be Italian. So he'd probably be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? I'm a Mario."
Do carpenters even exist in Brooklyn though?
I don't think so. I think that everyone builds their own houses.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, shit.
So we got Donkey Kong in 1981. 1985, Super Mario Bros. On the
the
Nintendo.
arcade. Oh,
No, this is the first home console Mario, which was on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes.
I think it did come to the arcade
It was also an
first.
arcade machine, but you're right. It was.
But 1985, these are North American release dates, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
1988, 3 years later, Super Mario Bros. 2, also on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Wow. And then 1 year later, on the Game Boy,
Yes.
Super Mario Land.
Super Mario
Did you ever
Land.
play that?
I haven't played it, but I know a lot about why it's very, very important.
Okay.
And why I think it's really cool for.
I wanna take a break right here in this in the history, right, and talk about like Super Mario Land. Super Mario Land is kind of a beast in that if you've never played it,
yes,
but you're familiar with Mario,
right,
it's not Mario. Like it's not Mario Bros. Right. It's not what it is. It's very different. Right. It's the music is catchy, but it's different kind of catchy. Yeah. The sound effects are all completely different. Yeah. The sprite animation is different. It's not in the mushroom the enemies, some of the enemies you never have seen before. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
Dude, no, it's at the very least, have you even seen like a video on it?
You're talking about Mario Land, right?
Mario Land. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos, of course.
And that game is hard as balls.
Yeah, it looks
hard as balls.
Absolutely.
And also, like, were you ever like a classic Mario fan? Did you ever play through all the way through Mario Bros?
Not all the way through, but I definitely had plenty of times of enjoying the OG. I hadn't, I don't even know what these are called, but we had a knockoff console for the NES and the SNES. It was a 2-in-1.
Was it like a Hyperkin?
Yes. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah. And it was it read and played SNES and NES games. Okay. So I played through literally so much of OG Mario, obviously. I played Mega Man on the original, Mega Man 2 on the original NES. Okay. And just a couple other good games, but yeah, I played pretty far into that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not like finished it, but
yeah. All right, well, I'm going to continue down this list. We've got Super Mario Bros. 3. Iconic as hell.
So good.
That's when Mario was given, like, character. Yeah, right? Yeah. Like,
oh, absolutely. And also, like, I feel like that's when you could just go crazy on power-ups, too. That was when, like, the idea...
You defy the limits. You're flying, bro. Flying. The P-Wing?
As a Tanuki, though.
Yes.
You just have a tail.
What the fuck is a Tanuki?
A Tanuki is a Japanese legend. It's like a folk...
like folklore?
Yeah. So it's like this creature that legendarily... I need you to look up a picture once you're done. And everyone who's listening, look up a picture of a Tanuki. Because this is no joke. They have mystical powers in their balls. This is not me fucking with you, I swear to God.
Mystical powers in their balls.
Swear to God. It uses its balls and it flies. It's able to fly, but it's like this raccoon dog mixture. And if you look at pictures of it, any like old statue or any of these things, it has massive nuts. I swear to you.
Bro.
So
that is so funny.
So like some of the things you'll see from inspiration that are like Tom Nook is he's not a raccoon, he's a Tanuki. Yeah. Okay. So characters like that. Yeah. Tanukis are
Tom Nook's from Animal Crossing, by the way.
He is. I feel like most people know that.
I thought he was a raccoon.
No. Tom Nook is because if he was a raccoon, where are brown raccoons? And it's not like he has brown ears. He just has those things.
Yeah,
and he
but
has
like
a curly
raccoon
tail.
Fox.
Raccoon fox.
I guess I'm an idiot.
A raccoon fox is a Tanuki.
Okay.
It's a mythical thing. It's a dog. It's a raccoon dog.
Okay.
That's what they call it.
Okay.
Which is very funny, but there's a lot of inspirations everywhere. There's a lot of...
So
the Tanuki
especially
suit
Nintendo.
And the Tanuki tail, those things are all... They got this kind of mysticism to
it. I like that.
And look it up. They have massive balls. Their balls are huge.
So I'm gonna breeze through this list now,
please,
because I point out these classics, and then we'll go over this. Kind of, I want to know kind of like where you're at, like kind of what your childhood was for Mario. But absolutely. We've got Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES in 1990. 1991, Super Mario World.
On
the Super Nintendo.
Dude.
Incredible game.
Dude.
Incredible game.
So good. I know I don't want to touch too much on it now, but that game was massive for me.
Yes.
Because growing up, especially with the internet, a huge thing was Newgrounds and Newgrounds animations.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew, but there was a huge community of like people who used sprites from Super Mario World, all that shit. It was so like legendary that when I finally got to play it, it was like one of my favorite games.
Oh, dude, for sure.
So
I actually have like kind of a different.
Absolutely.
Like I grew up with a 64, so Mario 64 was my first Mario game and first video game, right?
Wow.
And then fast forward to the Game Boy Advance. Yeah. Game Boy Advance had the Super Mario Advance series, so it was 1 through 4, right?
Oh yeah.
And I believe it was Super Mario Advance 2 was Super Mario World. And that was that was my first exposure to it, and I was like, "Oh!" I thought as a kid that was the original game.
The game,
like it was for the Game Boy Advance, and then I'm playing it, and
those advanced games are amazing.
Yeah,
by the
actually
way.
great, incredible ports.
I think I played one of the games I played the most as a kid was Super Mario Advance 1. The Super Mario 2 version.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
amazing.
Same.
I literally loved that game.
I got that one, I think, after I got the Super Mario World
2,
one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins.
Oh.
I believe this is the first game
Wario appears.
Wario's debut. Yeah.
That's where he shows up in.
I actually have played through and beaten that game.
Really?
All the way.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And fought fucking Wario. I didn't play it on the Game Boy. I think I played it on an emulator of some kind.
Yeah.
Or they released it digitally somewhere.
They released on 3DS.
I think I played it when I was a kid. I remember being really young and playing that game. Maybe it was even my friend's Game Boy. Like, he just had it and I was just playing it. Because that released on the Game Boy in 1992.
Huh.
Same year I was born.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when Super Mario Kart came out.
Right.
We learned that today,
yes,
too.
Sir. Yes, sir. So we got Super Mario 64. Next game, 1996. N64. 96. Obviously, no question, one of the most iconic video games ever made.
I'd say it's probably the most influential 3D game ever.
Yes.
Because that is the start to 3D.
Yes.
That's how you started.
And it still holds up. It can be a jarring frustration pit sometimes.
For sure.
And that cameraman, Lakitu, fuck that guy.
Fuck Lakitu.
What is he doing?
More like Slakitu.
Slakitu. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
He didn't
all the time.
Shit.
I'm literally watching my girl play the game, and I'm like, dude, what is happening with this camera? The camera's stuck in the ground.
It's such an interesting idea because it was before free camera. There was no free camera. Mm-hmm. So to explain that a camera moved, they made a character.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
So cool.
That it was just like that was so not done before.
Yeah.
That you had to explain why the camera moves.
Yeah.
You know?
No, dude. 100%.
And it's because it's Lakitu.
But I was going to agree with you, and one of the most influential, especially platforming wise.
Oh my god.
All these things. I mean, like Mario, he had so many animations, so many different sounds, all the characters, and
the enemies, everything. The way that it was just
the
set
enemies,
up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the music.
Truly an incredible. It's a masterpiece still today.
It's a test of innovation.
Yes.
And it holds up as so.
For sure.
I think that there are a lot of games in this world because Ocarina of Time once again is one of the most influential 3D games as well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to get on the topic of Zelda because I love me some Zelda.
Oh.
But
baby.
But oh my goodness, that is.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because I think 3 of the most influential games ever made is Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and GoldenEye. I think all
on the
64
of those
games,
for sure.
But I believe that those 3 games, all being 3D games too, set the precedence for how games are today.
Doom was very influential too.
Doom was huge.
You can't forget about that because that started almost like a 3D.
It did. Yeah. No, for sure. And GoldenEye was probably influenced by that.
Absolutely.
But the guys who made Halo said GoldenEye directly influenced
and that's I completely agree. It's kind of amazing to me because
multiplayer wise.
Right, multiplayer, for sure. And shooter wise, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the Doom formula isn't as done
it's all single player focused too, really.
Like
I think the Doom 64 has multiplayer, but it's mid.
Yeah. I never played Doom 64 either. So
I played that a little bit.
I played the OG, and I played it on my computer when I was really young.
Yeah.
And they had a port or something.
Yeah.
Really, really fun.
No, dude, real good.
Yeah. Continue.
So in '96, Mario 64 came out.
Incredible.
And then 6 years later, we got in the GameCube Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh!
Which I actually prefer over 64.
Me too.
And it is one of my favorite 3D platformers ever.
It is one of the best 3D platforms ever made. I genuinely think that it is probably one of the most slept on too.
Oh,
because I think
I
think that for the time it just breaks the idea of how do you control someone that crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you take all the movement from 64, and you take all the polishness of how it feels to touch Mario, and then you slap a fucking flood on his back.
Which is the weirdest thing.
So
Isn't
crazy.
that so weird?
No, it's so
like, looking at it from the outside, looking
Yeah.
at it as you first pick up the game for the first time, looking at it through the lens of a child.
Yeah.
You're playing this and you're like, okay, but why did they put water on his back?
Why is it water
What
on
the
him?
fuck is this? What is
right.
it? It's a very Nintendo thing to do,
so
I would say.
different, too.
It's so
Yeah.
different. But as showcased, that it does, like, if you do it well, it works. And
Absolutely.
it just fucking works in
And
this
it works
game, bro.
so well, too. I will say, insane difficulty spikes at some point.
For sure.
Those levels where it's like you're in
where you take the
nowhere.
flood away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking hard.
So
Why
tough.
the fuck are they so hard?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
For sure.
That bird, you know the one. The
Oh.
sand bird.
Fuck the sand
Dude,
bird, bro.
that thing flips all the way around. How the fuck are you supposed to deal with
Wait, you
that?
have the flood for that, though.
You do. Yeah, it wasn't one of those levels, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that's a difficulty spike
Yeah,
that is
for
just
sure.
ridiculously
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Because you're like you're imagining like a kid playing this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Which you were probably a kid when you played it,
I
right?
was a kid.
Yeah.
And guess what? I never beat
The sandbird.
the fucking sandbird. That shit was tough.
bro.
Yeah. But beyond that,
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Some of the best platforming I think I've ever
Absolutely.
experienced in a video game ever.
Absolutely.
I will say that I usually quit the game when I'm starting it when I reach that one level that has like tainted water and you can't swim in it.
The purple water?
The purple water.
Yes,
And it
yes.
has this platforming through the
Yes.
wall and it's the most fucked
Yeah, it's so
platforming
horrible.
of the whole game.
Yep.
It's terrible. I hate it.
It is tough.
Yeah.
I will say, but that goes with like just the difficulty spike.
Right.
Of, like, you'll have incredible controls. There's so many times where it's like you can just do a jump. Like if you flick a certain direction, you can do a jump, get a boost from a flood, and just like the amount of shit that you can do.
One of my favorite
It's
things
just-
to do in that game is the spin jump.
Spin jump, yeah. Oh my god,
So good.
So many. Good
I was trying to
things.
do it in 64.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a missing thing.
not
It's so
in there.
staple now.
Yeah.
You know? Because you
Is-
can do that in Galaxy, right?
Is your girlfriend? Yes.
Yeah,
Is
or
your
not-
girlfriend
yeah.
playing it on Kendall? I don't know why I said your girlfriend.
Well,
is she playing
both
it on?
statements are true.
It is true. She playing it on the re-release, the collection, or is she playing it?
She's
on...
actually playing the Switch
online?
Online
Yeah.
version, which is cool because I played
It's
through
cool.
the
one on
the
the
All-Stars.
collection All Stars. Thank you.
And it's the same game.
Yeah.
So it's an upscaled version. Like
Right.
I don't think there's any differences.
Yeah.
I think they directly ported that version.
Yeah, that game is legendary, by the way. All Stars, because it's got so.
So I should get there. It's on the
Please!
Yes.
All right, let's keep going.
So we got new Super Mario Bros.
New Super Mario
on
Bros.
the DS,
DS.
in 2006, which is 4 years after Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Any take on because I believe that new Super Mario Bros. Was an era where they're going back to the old school from the 3D, right?
Yeah.
And so they're going back to this traditional Mario formula, I would say, and they have, in my opinion, really kept the same formula from that until right now.
To what we're about
We are
to get.
in that
Yes.
era until what we're about to get into,
Yep.
which is Wonder.
Yep.
We'll get there.
We will get there.
What do you think about like this era versus like the older era?
Well, first off, did you play New Super Mario Bros?
Yes.
The original one on
The
the
original
DS?
one on DS.
I gotta say, I played that game as a kid. That game is fucking baller. I love that game.
I completely agree.
I think that what it did was it took the formula and it made it something that was new.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Quote end quote. Made it something new, but also it was animated. It had this like charm to it that the originals you couldn't get with the animation, the way Bowser looked when he showed up, like him falling in the lava. It's like it's so alive. It's so alive, but it has that central platforming style. I will say though, it overstayed its welcome. Too long.
That's where I'm at, because if this game came out in 2006, we are in 2023. But okay,
I'd say we're not exactly in the era now. Because the last one we got was what? It was 2020?
2019, which
That
was
was New Super Mario
2019
Bros.
was
U
New
Deluxe.
Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, exactly.
Right. Which means I'll say
So,
that's the end, right?
13 years.
Sure.
Okay, 13
Yeah.
years of this new Super Mario Bros. Era.
I'd say it started strong. very strong, very new, but you get to a point where you're 13 years down the line and you're using the term new, and it's not new.
It's not new.
I played through Mario U, and it's just not. It's not anything.
Yeah.
It's like it's fun. It's got fun to it. It's Mario. Of course it's going to be fun. But it doesn't take risks. It doesn't change anything. The most you get is a new power-up. I swear to God, you put that right next to an upscaled version of Wii, most people, myself included, could not tell the difference between the levels.
Sure.
And I'm a huge Mario fan.
I'm with you.
You know?
I'm really
so
with
it just started strong.
That's largely how I feel, too. We're on the same page.
Cool.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah,
We're going right now to the next mainline title a year later. Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. What's your thoughts on this now?
Dude, you want to talk about a crazy change of formula.
Yeah.
If you want to say that Mario, New Super Mario Bros. Kept it the same for too long, Mario Galaxy fucking destroyed the game. It's not a traditional 3D. It's not similar to 64 and Sunshine in that way.
It's not similar?
No, because it's level based, and it has like that kind of. It's not like an open HUD. Obviously you have your central. What's the word? Hub world, right? You have your hub, but it's very much so traditional in the way that you get sent to new planets and new worlds, and the way that's done.
Yeah.
I never said it was bad. I think it's its own genre, and I love it. I think Mario Galaxy never played.
I think that's a really good way to put it, because I feel like it's always compared to 64 and Sunshine.
Yep.
And I love those two games, and Galaxy didn't do it for me through the lens of that scope. Does that make sense?
I absolutely understand. Can I explain what I'm thinking when you say that?
Yeah.
It is not a sequel or a part of the same game series as Sunshine and 64. We know that better than anything now because what we have is Super Mario Odyssey. Spoilers alert! Odyssey is exactly what Sunshine and 64. It's capitalizing off that.
Yeah.
It adds this whole new moveset to Mario with Cappy. It has all these brand new things, and it's open. It's got this. It is technically level selecting, but the way that they do that, it's like every single world is its own hub world.
Yeah.
Every single world has this kind of take to it, this like freshness that doesn't feel like it's from any other Mario game, and that's how I felt about Sunshine. Very much so, because fucking Delfino Plaza doesn't feel like a place in Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, if you think of the traditional Mushroom Kingdom and stuff, so though Odyssey is a sequel to those. The way I see Galaxy is a precursor to 3D Land and 3D World. It's a part of that series because that is levels that are 3D, right? But they are levels that you select.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's this mix. So
it's like a hybrid.
It's a very much so hybrid.
Yeah.
So if it didn't do that for you, it probably never will.
Yeah.
If it doesn't like feel like Sunshine, it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so
for sure.
that's how I always view it, and that's how I viewed it, especially since Odyssey.
Because I rated it when I played through it late. I played through it towards the end of the Wii's life. I probably played it in like 2011, 2012. I played it after Galaxy 2 had come out.
Yes.
Okay? And I liked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't love it.
You didn't go crazy.
I didn't. You know, maybe I even loved it, but I didn't love it the way I loved Sunshine.
It wasn't like that.
Sunshine was like a right moment
So
of like,
much.
I love this.
Yeah.
And like, same thing with like the feeling of like from other Zelda games.
Absolutely.
So I'm with that. I appreciate that analogy too.
I think that's just what it is.
I feel like
you know?
you nailed it.
Thanks, man.
So
I do that a lot.
well,
Yeah.
you nailed me. Oh,
What the fuck?
after Galaxy, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This is launched on the Wii in 2009.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Continuing the formula of what we talked about. Now it's just moving from the DS to the Wii, which was cool because wasn't this the first multiplayer one?
Technically, there was multiplayer in the other one, but it was multiplayer that you played like individually. So there was a battle mode that they had.
Oh yeah, I actually remember playing that.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah, that was
so
sick.
much fun. So there was multiplayer,
Yeah.
but this was you could run through the entire thing with 2, 3, 4 people.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of a staple in Mario now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was the first time you could truly do that, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it
For
was
like
too.
a platforming Mario game. Like,
definitely.
Yeah. And I think that's why it got such great reception. That
Absolutely.
was kind of the whole consensus behind the Wii.
It was good for me too because I have 3 siblings.
Oh,
so
yeah, true.
You want a perfect game that everyone can love?
Yeah.
get that one. You want a game where your family stays together and they don't hate each other? Don't fucking get that game. That game will make you want to kill each other. I swear to God, dude.
That's like fuck, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is another great example.
Yeah.
Don't get that if you want
friendships.
If you want a happy family, stay away.
So that was 2009.
Yes.
1 year later, 2010.
Yes.
We got Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My take on this is that I wish I played it.
I wish I did too, dude. That's crazy.
Everything that you didn't touch it either.
Never did.
What?
I got it, but my older sibling played it. I never did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's so. I think I have it too, and I just never played it because by the time I got this game, the Wii was already out. So I was playing
exactly.
That, and
I mean, I was already moving on. I felt like
But all the reviews and people I've listened to who talk about the game rave about it and say it's Galaxy.
Yep.
Someone told me that if you were to look at Galaxy, which is a masterpiece in its own right,
absolutely,
and be like, wow, that's so original. How could they think of anything else?
How could you do more?
They created a whole game of the more.
Absolutely.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that it's kind of I think it's a miss for me for not being able to play it.
Yeah.
Or that I didn't play it. I mean,
view it the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not much to be said too.
But we got 1 year later on the 3DS now.
New
Super Mario 3D Land.
That was before New Super Mario Bros. 2?
It was.
Wow.
New Super Mario Bros. 2 was on the 3DS in 2012.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about it. How do you feel about it?
That was one of my favorite games of
No
the
way.
year.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I beat the whole thing. I beat it again as Luigi.
Yep.
Fucking love 3D Land.
That is
absolutely
what in it. And I was really on the novelty 3D idea on the 3DS. We don't have to get deep into it, but like when the 3DS launched, I think I had an OG 3DS. I might have had an XL at the time. I don't know if it just came out or whatever. I think the OG 3DS came out, 2010? 2009? I think it's 2010. And maybe even 2011. And this came out
a little later, I'm not going to lie.
Maybe 2011, because this game, I think, came out the same year, but at the end of the year.
Yes.
Right? So if that's true,
I'm going to see. I wish we had a fact checker.
I know. Where's the audience? So Mario 3D Land launches shortly after the 3DS comes out, and the novelty of the 3D is the big thing about the system.
Absolutely,
it was kind of a system seller of why would you get this over a DS? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was 2011, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So same year,
February 26th.
Okay.
And then I'm guessing the game came out
winter. I got it for Christmas.
November.
Yeah. So this game comes out and I love the 3D in it was insane. Remember those levels where you have to have 3D on to be able to see the blocks and depth?
Yes, dude. Yeah. That was so cool.
Yeah.
They would literally have those sections where you would pass behind blocks that were just it looked like they were stacked up on each other.
Like a normal...
But it was, exactly. Yeah. But it was this optical illusion you could only see if you were in 3D.
Yeah.
Which is such a cool idea.
What a dope idea.
I know.
And it wasn't just a new Super Mario Bros. Game that had 3D.
Right.
All these new ideas. All the way you moved around, it was a 3D game.
It was completely a 3D game. It was... It just had so much to it. I felt like the coin system that they added was very much so like the linear New Super Mario Bros. But then they made it in a 3D space, which became a very much so a staple.
It was a sexy looking game,
and it was so beautiful.
Yeah,
and you could literally play the game twice. You remember that? You unlocked Luigi at the end and you run through it again.
I don't even think I beat it with Luigi. I think I did. Because it was kind of a harder mode, right?
It was harder. It was harder just in the sense that I think everything was just like a little bit quicker.
Cool.
I think. But it was good. It was really fun and it felt different enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay,
but,
so we have the same feelings.
No,
and then right after that, next year in 2012, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Which was all about the million coins. Remember all the advertisements about that? And it was all about
all the
gold.
Coins. Everything turned
everything.
Gold. Yep.
I didn't play it. Did you?
Played it.
Okay.
Nope.
Great.
Never owned it.
Moving on. New Super Mario Bros. U.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Oh yeah.
With that said, about New Super Mario Bros. 2 and now moving on to New Super Mario Bros. U, there's a reason we didn't play those games. It's at the tail end of we're done with New Super Mario.
Yes.
And it's not new anymore.
Listen to this, bro.
Yes.
It came out the same year.
As you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's weird because so I got you though. I got Super Mario Bros. U.
Yeah, I did too.
Because it was
one of the only games you could really get on launch of the Switch.
On the fucking, you mean the Wii U?
On the Wii U.
Yes,
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that.
I remember because I remember getting the Wii U and being like, I wanted it so bad. Yeah. And I'm like, there's no games. Just like the 3DS at launch.
What did they
There was
have
no
at
games at launch.
What did they have at launch? It was that one, and then...
Zombie U.
Zombie U. Hot take real quick. That game is fucking baller. I don't know if anyone's played Zombie U.
I haven't.
They re-released it on as like Zombie. But it is not as good.
Yeah.
You use your bag to be able to use shit at the exact same time when you were doing things.
Yeah.
And it was almost like a roguelike because you lose all your shit if you died.
Would.
And then you would play as a new character who's like just a random citizen, and then they would show up and you could find your zombie corpse and get your shit back.
That's kind of sick.
But it wasn't guaranteed. So you just organize your bag so well because your bag is the gamepad, right?
Yeah.
And so everything you have, it's like you die, it's a huge deal because either you lose all your shit or you have to kill your old self. So good. I swear to God.
I didn't know that.
So good.
Okay.
I know it's a hot take because not a lot of people played it.
No, for sure. New Super Mario Bros. U was pretty good though.
I thought it was pretty...
It was still New Super Mario Bros.
I thought it was too similar to Wii.
Yeah, see,
I just felt like
it probably was good to me because I skipped Wii. I didn't play Wii.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
After that though, Super Mario 3D World. Next year, 2013.
What do you think about it?
Amazing game. I honestly wish it's kind of one of those things where I soaked up 3D Land so much and I didn't have friends. I had no friends, bro. Don't. I am lonely. No, I didn't have friends that played it with me. Yeah. So I played the game by myself and I think I got to like World 3, maybe World 4, and I couldn't even tell you like what world is what. I just remember getting to like the third or fourth. I know you can. I remember getting to the third or fourth world and being like, I'll come back to this. And I never did. You know? And I think
still haven't?
No.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, so can I tell you something?
Yes, please.
This was one of the only games that I have 100%'ed. And this is one of the hardest Mario games to 100%. I could not tell you how much love I had in my heart for this game. Because think about it. Wii U didn't have a Mario game like that.
Yeah.
It was the first one. And I also got the bundle. When I first got my Wii U, I got the bundle with that game in Nintendo Land, which was an incredible fucking bundle, by the way. Came with those two games, which are, by the way, Nintendo Land is the best party game ever made, and 3D World is a fucking baller-ass game. By the way, third level, it's the Snow World.
It's the Snow World.
It is because
I quit the Snow World. Yeah, I remember.
It was what you had to do to 100% them was you had to get all 3 green stars. There was a stamp because back then we had Miiverse, and so you could stamp and make pictures with them. So
that's why it's a stamp. Yeah. I always fucking wondered.
No, you can make pictures with it, and then you could post it on Miiverse. So what happened was there were 4 collectibles in the stage. You could get the golden star at the top, which means you just hit the top of the flag, which is easy because they had the cat power. But to be able to 100% the entire game, you have to complete world star, which means you have to. You get Rosalina at the very end of that, right? And then Rosalina becomes unlockable. You have to beat every single level with every single character. So that means playing the level 5 times each, getting the gold star, getting 3 stars stamped at the end.
With all characters?
With every single character. Yep, that's the one. And guess what? There's more shit too. At the very end of the level, at the very end of the world, have you heard about World Crown Dash Crown? Have you heard about this?
No.
It is a legendarily hard level. One of the hardest.
No.
I literally when I was first playing
This is like end game?
Yes, it's the last level in the entire game.
Okay.
I had to beat it 5 times and I had to get the top of the flag, so I had to keep some kind of cat, right? Or I had to hit the top of that flag, which I could with Rosalina, right?
Yeah.
But I had to get the stamp. Got to get the 3 stars on every single one of those. Every single level.
Holy
and this
shit.
you got to watch some of this shit. It's It's also called Champions Road, but it's in the World Crown.
That's cool.
Dash Crown is what it's called.
Damn.
Love that game to pieces. Love it to pieces. 100%ed it, and definitely fuck with it heavy.
Okay. Yeah, fuck.
So what's next?
Well, shit. 3 years later, 2016, also on the Wii U, Super Mario Maker.
Did you play a lot of that?
It's funny you say that because we've talked about it before, and I'm not really like a super creative type. Dorian's calling you.
No way.
Nah, we should.
Should we?
He can wait.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Dorian.
This dude, he's in like Alaska or some shit.
Dorian is one
Hawaii.
of our mutual friends who is also our roommate.
Yeah. We did mention him though.
Did we? Mm-hmm. I don't know if we said he was our roommate though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Surprise! But Mario Maker is one that I didn't even get it at first because I was like, I'm not really creative. I don't really know how I could like use this.
Right.
Not even really like knowing what the game was like all about until I met one of my good friends, Hayden. And Hayden, super creative, one of the most creative dudes I've ever met.
Very, very
and this dude like has like all these like he would basically be making these levels and then we'd have like a little mini party, me and a few of us hanging out, and he'd be like, all right guys, beat my level. And we can't beat his fucking levels. Which in that game, I don't know if you're familiar. Well,
I am.
Okay.
You have to
beat your level
to be able to
submit it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's got to be the playable thing. Yep.
It's got to be possible to be beat.
Yeah.
Which, some people can get around because obviously, if you add an invisible star, at the beginning, you can fucking cheat. But for the most part, like, even the community, very, very honest, bunch of hard fucking, like, working. These dudes go crazy for Mario Maker. One of the most popular games on the Wii U.
Yeah.
If not Mario game.
For sure.
I played the shit out of that game. I played the fuck out of it. I made my own levels. I played other people's levels. It also was one of the most amiibo capable levels. Amiibo compatible.
Oh yeah, because you could change how you looked.
You had a new skin. You had a taunt. You had a sound. Everybody had a different dash animation.
That's so cool.
And when you run, it looks different. With Pac-Man, he literally turned into the fucking the
Pac-Man guy
when you run. Yeah, like the circular one.
Yeah. That's fucking sick.
So many cool things. The OG Link literally just looks like the 8-bit Link.
Yeah.
So many cool little details.
That's so
like that.
dope.
Sonic looks like the fucking Sega Sonic, just like from the Genesis.
Yo, I didn't know that.
So many cool. Like, it made being an amiibo collector, which you and I both were, one of the most worthwhile things.
That's so cool.
I
you had a good time in
it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, next mainline game is in the same year. Actually came out on iOS and Android. Do you know what that game is?
It's Super Mario Run, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, I do know.
Did you ever play it?
I did. I played it for a little bit. It's pretty admirable because Miyamoto, when they were first working on it, he really wanted it to have no microtransactions. He didn't want it to be a gacha game. Not microtransactions, but he didn't want it to be a gacha game.
Yeah.
So it was this free game that you could just play, a Mario. It just wasn't that interesting, you know? I mean, it was fun, but it's...
For sure.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not something
You know what
crazy.
felt weird to me is that... Do you see the meme of Super Mario Run and Sonic Jump?
Yeah.
They're kind of doing each other's roles, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, it's interesting. And I played it a little bit. I played it actually, one, because it existed. I'm like, oh, I gotta try this. And then it was like, there's the Platinum Nintendo coins you can get for playing the game, right?
Playing it.
And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like get some of that.
Was
and
that
I kind of found it, I think it was like at launch or close to launch, and they're still doing it. Like, if you play like the Toad Run levels, you still get platinum points, and you can get that every day.
By the way, if you are as into the icons on the Nintendo Switch as me and Sam are, you will need those platinum coins.
Yes, sir.
Because they are
grindy.
They're needed. They're needed.
Yeah, you need those for your icons and shit.
Need them.
I remember bitching about icons forever.
Me too.
And then I realized, you can just... It's
all
hidden.
I know, they're literally hidden. I don't know why they hide them.
Yeah.
But
instead of like in the Switch.
Why not put it there and then just like have a link to it if you have to? I don't know.
It's silly.
It's weird.
Well, we're going to move right on to one of the greatest games ever made.
Say it.
2017.
Say it out loud.
On the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Odyssey.
God, that fucking game is... Bam, bam, bam!
popping off,
Pop
bro.
that shit off. I will just get started by saying, probably the best Mario game to come out since Sunshine.
100%.
I think that even
100%,
with everything that is said and everything I already said about Mario Maker, even Mario Kart's included, including Super Mario 3D World, a game I legendarily put too much time and love into. It is the best game to come out since Sunshine.
For sure.
No question.
It is it is my
Say it.
I think it's my favorite 3D platforming game ever. And I'm actually a big Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie fan. I think Banjo-Kazooie is actually better than Mario 64.
Banjo-Tooie?
Banjo-Kazooie is better than Mario 64.
Yes.
Banjo-Kazooie, it has parts, but Banjo-Kazooie is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree. Banjo-Kazooie is so good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like, I don't know, man. I think there's some tough parts in that game.
Yeah, but it feels manageable challenge.
Sure.
You know? Sure, and there's some tough part, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of the novelty of the whole thing. You feel like it's Mario 64, but a lot more.
There's so much more.
There's so much more.
Yeah,
it's just done really well.
I would say, I guess some of the things that, I just have my own issues with Banjo-Kazooie. I could say that some other day.
For sure, yeah.
Because
we can save that.
Yeah,
but Mario Odyssey, like, man, talk about... I remember, like, getting it and not even really being that into it at first. Not for any other reason other than, like, I kind of was just... I think my disappointment from Galaxy carried with me.
Oh, really?
You know?
Yeah.
And I kind of, like...
You're talking about Odyssey?
Yes. I kind of, like, was going into it with not high expectations.
Wow.
But I remember being on the... It's, like, the second level. You're going in the woods, right? The third level.
That's the third. That is, you have a choice. There's a branch. You can either go to the lake level or the woods level.
So I went to the woods level.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah. And the music that starts playing in that level.
The woods level. It's Steam Garden. It is the best Mario song. Dude,
it's so good. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I remember literally pausing the game.
Yeah.
Turning up my speakers
ridiculous.
And unpausing and listening to it, and I'm like, I'm by myself in my room, and I'm like, dude, this is something special.
Yeah.
And playing through the game, and I couldn't stop playing it. I could not stop playing the game until I beat it.
So do you remember when it was first revealed that there was a new 3D Mario game? Do you remember when they first showed Odyssey?
Was it a direct?
It was the initial reveal trailer for the Switch. Before they even announced that it was a game, they showed 3 games that had not existed, that nobody knew about.
Okay.
It might have only been 2, but I remember there were 2 that really... I think there was a third one, but whatever. 2 really stuck out to me. Number 1, a Mario game that looked 3D completely. You saw him collecting the purple coins.
Right.
You saw him. It was in the sand level.
Yep.
Oh my god, the sand level is the second level. Technically, the second level is Fossil Falls. It's the Tim Burton hat one.
Yeah.
Fossil Falls, sand, and then there's the split. So yeah. Anyway. Sorry, I would want to die if I didn't get
Come
that
on,
correct.
get the lore right.
Yeah, it's facts. God damn it! What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
You're saying that there is 2 games.
Yes.
That they
Mario
we
Odyssey.
Seen before.
We didn't even know it was announced.
Yeah.
There was no announcement for it, and they showed Splatoon fucking 2.
Yeah.
Which was such a big deal.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, it's too Wii U oriented." The map always being in there, the gyro controls, all these things. If you try to move it to a next gen console, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? Boom, evidence right there. And they showed those 2 games off. I was a massive Splatoon and Mario fan, so I still am. Splatoon more. Less so. But that was so exciting to me. And then when they first announced it, Nintendo even had this picture provided that explained that it was going to be more similar to Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64, which is a big fucking deal.
That is a big fucking deal.
It's a huge deal. And also, they explained the whole moons thing. They explained how those work. And that's just like 64.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little different, but it's the same idea.
Yeah. And especially the end.
Yes.
The end.
Yeah.
Like, what a very, very thoughtful, special treat.
So good.
For nostalgia. For it to just hit. For a costume you can get that is literally the Mario 64 character.
Cool. It's such a cool idea. I played the shit out of it. I was in love with it since it started. I could not even think of it's my favorite 3D platformer, no question.
Yeah, I'm very
played,
excited to play through it again, and I want to play through it again with Kendall.
Yeah,
I want to take her through this, then through like kind of like in order of those games, you know?
Yeah,
Sunshine,
absolutely.
and then go to Galaxy.
Have you played I don't want to get too distracted, but if you enjoy Odyssey, you should definitely play a Hat in Time.
You know what? I gotta text my girlfriend and pick up some lunch.
Is that right? Actually, real quick, let's add a little break. Edit this part out because I need to text my personal trainer.
Oh yeah.
I was supposed to meet with her at 4, but I am going to see if I can.
Yeah, sorry, this has gone.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And we're almost at 3 hours, so we should really wrap up.
Yeah. This is going so well.
I know.
Yeah.
You having a good time?
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah, bro. I'm loving it.
What's today, Wednesday?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
All right.
So moving on.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of like hot down this list real quick.
Sure.
And some of these are bangers. So we'll talk about this all after I get through this list. But we've got 2017 was Odyssey. 2019 on the Switch, we've got new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Yes.
Same year, we've got Super Mario Maker 2.
Maker 2.
Next year in 2020, we've got Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
3D All-Stars.
Okay.
Amazing.
2021, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury.
And coming out at the end of this year, October 20th, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We'll get to Wonder in a sec, but any kind of hot takes on these games? I know one of them is a remake on your favorite.
Yes, so just to get us started, first off, I got new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. You know, it is what it is. It's cool that it exists on the Switch. Not really much to be said. Did you play Super Mario Maker 2? Did you play any of that?
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
heard that it has a very extensive single player, though, which the first was missing.
Yes, it has an entire single player mode.
Yeah.
I 100%ed it. Really, really good.
Yeah?
It was very fun.
Is it like with like worlds, like a normal like Mario game?
Yeah, you play worlds that are made by the people who made the game. So it's just a Mario game with crazy ideas. It's just this wacky 2D Mario that switches between different eras, which I absolutely loved. Just getting real quick, kind of slamming through these. Super Mario 3D All-Star. Amazing. That was when I started to replay Sunshine on it. I got almost halfway through and I still want to pick it up again. I literally think about it so often.
No, I do too.
And then having Galaxy on the Switch too? Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
I know,
that's
bro.
so lit.
And it looks gorgeous. It looks so like a next gen game. You know what I mean?
So good. It looks like it could have come out on the Switch.
Yes.
I'll say also Super Mario 3D World. I've gotten a lot of good gameplay out of the one on the Switch. I've already beaten it. So I have Rosalina again.
Fuck yeah.
But I want to beat Champions Road, Crown Dash Crowd again. And then Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, so tell me about Bowser's Fury. I didn't play it.
You didn't play it at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
I'll say it is probably one of the coolest games you'll be able to play from Mario. They take the complete controlling system from Super Mario 3D World, but give you a free camera angle, in a complete open world.
Okay.
And it has this almost feeling like it's Odyssey DLC.
I was gonna say, does it feel like Odyssey when you're playing it?
It feels like Odyssey, except it's the control. It's the control system of 3D World. Okay. But it's great. Yeah. I love the controls of 3D World. The only issue with 3D World for me personally is there's a camera that's stuck. A single camera is really hard to pull out certain tricks because depth perception is tough. For sure. You know, it's not a 3DS game, so you don't have... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this free camera, other stick messes with the camera. You can play multiplayer with Bowser Jr. Just a really, really different story.
What can he do?
He paints on walls, but he's also like... It's kind of like the character that's like Cappy in Super Mario Odyssey. You know how it's like, do you want to play it? Yeah, sure, whatever. But like, it's like that kind of character.
Yeah.
But it's fun. You got a little brother, you throw him a controller, and you guys could both be playing. And
that's cool.
Bowser Jr. as a playable character, and Bowser as this massive hulking villain.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
It's
he did look dope.
Very
like on the
cool.
cover.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
Very
designs
cool.
of Bowser.
Huge.
Besides Jack.
So I'd say of course. Of course I would say, it's about the length of a DLC.
Yeah.
But the depth of it is just as like as thick and polished as any Mario game you'd expect to come.
Okay.
Very good. I'd say probably like a 10 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10.
Yeah, shit.
So good.
Okay.
I recommend it too.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it's if you like Mario.
Dude, for sure. So, that all being said, how are we feeling going into the future of the series? As we talked about an era for, there's the Mario Bros.
Yep.
There's the 3D era, which is still happening, and it kind of sporadic.
Sure.
But Mario itself is defined by this 2D plane Mario Bros. And then they went era 2, I would say, which is the new Super Mario Bros. Era. And now we have entered a new era with Wonder. They've taken new out of the title.
Absolutely.
And who knows like what they will be calling this series or whatever, but this is a brand new direction for Mario, bro.
Yeah.
This is new art.
Absolutely.
This is new sounds. This is the first Mario game without
new Mario.
Yeah, it's a new fucking Mario.
Yeah.
They took design elements from the movie that just came out. They've got all this wacko shit. I know you've seen the trailer, but I've watched it several times, and every time I see it, I'm kind of blown away.
Seen something different
because there's so much love into this. Like the words that they've added. It's like wonderful, awesome. Like all this shit.
I love that.
As you're collecting it, what's your thoughts?
So I would say personally, I haven't been impressed with a Mario 2D game in a while.
Yeah.
Probably since New Super Mario Bros. On the DS.
Yeah.
That would probably be the last time that I was like truly wowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By something. Seeing that trailer, initial thoughts, I truthfully love everything about the gameplay style. One of the biggest things for me is not just the new art direction, which is incredibly colorful and expressive.
I love it.
And just incredible.
And
it's like what
it's not
we
full
loved.
3D either.
Right.
It's kind of like cell shaded.
2D cell shaded like style. And I love it. The backgrounds are beautiful. The worlds look different. There's like mechanics that are actually at play, which it looks fast paced, but it also has these collectibles. It's got purple coins, just like in Odyssey, but it also has coins as a currency. And guess what is one of the biggest things for me? They could be doing this for a trailer, and it could be a trailer. There's no timer in the corner. Have you noticed that?
No.
Yeah, there's no timer at all, which could be for the trailer, but I don't understand why they wouldn't if they always have in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're so right.
It could be just a whole new style. Maybe exploration is a little bit bigger. Maybe there's still this kind of like sense of quickness, but not because you need to finish the level. Yeah. Maybe there's just parts to explore. You know what I mean? That is new. Yeah. That is what makes a series alive. That's what breathes new life into these incredible like experiences. You know what makes Mario so special is how he's been able to innovate what exists, and I feel like for so long Nintendo played it very safe with New Super Mario Bros. And I don't see this as being a new series, maybe just a new style to how they handle the games. Okay. At least with like the way that they've been doing all these. Odyssey is not a part of a series; it's its own game. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I see the same thing about Wonder, and it just makes me excited. I could not be more excited for a 2D Mario, which sounds crazy, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm fucking with you, bro. Because I kind of took a stance of I think I'm over 2D platformers.
I thought that same thing.
In general.
Yep.
We've played Tiny Barbarian, which is
very good.
It's really good actually. Like,
are you a platforming guy though? Like, have you appreciated like other platforming games, even like indie games?
Like what's some examples?
So Shovel Knight I love.
Shovel Knight I have beaten.
Yeah.
Like Shovel Knight is a 10 out of 10 game for me. That is an incredible platform.
Did you play Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, or King Knight?
I played halfway through Spectre Knight
or
Plague Knight. Not Spectre.
Spectre?
I started Spectre and was obsessed.
That mechanic of like
bro.
slashing through things is one of the fucking coolest in any side scroller.
I 100% agree.
So good.
Metroid, I'm a big Metroid fan.
I was gonna say Metroid.
I didn't play Dread, but I've played Fusion. I've played Super Metroid.
Yeah.
The Prime series, obviously, but as far as like a 2D kind of platformer,
For sure.
I feel like I've liked certain games. It's been like less about liking the genre and more about the games.
Yeah.
And so because of like the kind of like reusing the same assets and no new ideas and just nothing that's scratched like that, like you said, like that DS original itch.
That OG.
I kind of like felt like I was like kind of falling off.
I'm with you.
But I feel like I feel like I mirror everything you say, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited. I feel like it's an exciting direction for Nintendo.
I agree.
The series.
It's a great opportunity to do weird shit and do what, whatever the fuck Nintendo wants to do.
Yeah.
I think that is like, at the end of it, that is what I think more developers should be striving for.
Yes.
And if you are doing more of the same, or if you're taking out things from the old game just to advertise that they're in the new one, you need to take a step back and say, are we innovating? Are we? Because there is a responsibility, I believe, for every person who works in a medium. So say, if you write television, if you write books, if you are a mangaka, if you create anime, if you animate,
I was like, what's mangaka again?
Yeah, no, you got it. You learned. All these people have this incredible power, and also with that comes the responsibility to do something good.
Comes great
Exactly. That's what it comes down to.
Yes,
and so,
sir.
As a game developer, I think people like Nintendo, like people, it's a company. Companies like Nintendo should be doing what they have done best, which is pushing everything to the fucking limit of what it could possibly be. Breath of the Wild is a great example. They tried to play it safe. They've done good playing it safe in the past with Zeldas. But it's time to innovate. It's time to make something new and to create. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And Mario Wonder is just, I feel like, the best step possible that Nintendo could be making. So yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
That's
I really appreciate you going through this list with me, bro.
Of course,
kind of a blast from the past, right?
Me too.
Dude,
it's so fun.
I
seriously have not thought about how much I love Super Mario or New Super Mario Bros. DS.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in a minute.
Dude, yeah. I love nostalgia trips like this,
Me too, bro. Me too.
Well, I got a couple questions
Thanks
for
for taking me on this trip, bro.
Thanks for coming with me, bro. I'm serious.
Of course, man.
And this
that was a dap, by the way, if any of you were wondering.
This also doesn't include countless spin-offs or sports games that Mario's had.
Or carts.
For example, Mario Party, Mario Kart,
Facts.
Mario Tennis,
Facts.
Luigi's Mansion, Mario Strikers,
Oh!
or one of my favorites ever,
Let's
Paper Mario. Yeah.
Man.
What would you say is your top mainline game and your top spin-off game?
Okay. Number one mainline has to be Odyssey.
Odyssey.
I think Odyssey is probably the best 3D platformer. And I think that it inspires creativity, even if you're not a creative person.
For sure.
But just the way that you handle a level and the way that every level is set up like this massive playground. Incredible.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many 3D platformers that have done it better or even as good. I'll say spin-off. That's an amazing question because Mario has some crazy good spin-offs.
Crazy spin-offs. I just listed 5.
Let me throw one. This is a crazy one.
Yeah.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is probably one of my favorite games.
Really?
Well, maybe top 50. Maybe top maybe top I don't know. There's a lot of good
How
games
big we going here, bro?
No, top 20, I'd say.
Okay.
Just one of the most creative games you can play. Like you say, okay, here's a 3D square. Here's a little section where everything is completely 3D. You can see through everything. How do you get across? You can't jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you set that up? And then Dude, I never gave a fuck about Toad, but Captain Toad, I fuck with that. That's my boy.
It's your fucking boy,
I swear
bro.
to God, like, Toads I'm, like, indifferent to. But throw a headlamp and a backpack on that little dude, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I literally think it's one of the most beautiful, like aesthetically pleasing Wii U and Switch games that exist. They just look amazing. The DLC was so good. They added VR to it, too. Just a fucking a powerhouse of a spin-off game.
Yeah.
Just so much to it.
I agree.
Loved it. Loved it so much.
I didn't beat Treasure Tracker, but I loved it. I loved playing it. I loved it almost felt like there was a big logic and problem solving, puzzle solving element to it instead of platforming pressure.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so the difficulty just came in being clever, and it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with that.
I agree. Yeah.
I would say mine, also Odyssey for a mainline
Nice.
game. Just so good.
It's just
so fucking
incredible.
good. Like objectively good.
Objectively incredible.
There's no question.
I know.
I do have some biases here, like one of them being Sunshine. It's amazing. But if I'm thinking about which one I would go play right now, it would be Odyssey.
Odyssey, no question.
And then top spin-off game, I don't know if it would be technically a spin-off, but I would say definitely Paper Mario.
That's
I mean, you know me, you know?
Yeah, because think about it, like characters like the characters that
you're right,
are from a spin-off game.
It's specifically Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door on the GameCube.
Absolutely.
That is one of the greatest,
Baller.
most. There's so much
It's just a good
love.
RPG,
dude.
too.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
The story, the setting, stuff that Nintendo's never done before. Characters
are so good.
You can get a costume to turn your color scheme into Luigi, and then Waluigi.
The personality, the plot, the I think one of the best parts are the companions.
Yes.
I just feel like they all are so characterized, and they have like their stories.
And the story's dark.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like,
crazy.
let's take Peach and turn her into the Dark Queen.
Yeah.
What?
the
Like, we're
fuck?
going to revive the dead goddess from 10,000 years.
Is this Mario? I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No, dude, it's some Final Fantasy shit.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say that's a close one. I haven't played it as much.
Yeah, you would have to play it all the way through. That'd be something I think you'd really appreciate.
I had it back in the day, and I really loved the companions, but I think I stopped around when you get that ghost companion. You remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Vivian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved all of them.
Yeah,
like
that was
Coops and
that whole chapter too.
that was
Did you ever
crazy.
play that extensively?
I mean, it's
You
in my
get to the
memory
boss
bank.
Dupless, which is a ghost dude, and he takes Mario's identity. By taking his identity, this is what happens. He takes Mario's skin and puts it on him and becomes Mario, and you are sitting there as a shadow of Mario.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and everyone in the party is with him and thinks like, yeah, take this fucking dude.
Right.
And you're sitting there as Mario being like, you
Yeah.
can't talk.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys,
It's crazy.
what are you doing?
Dude, that game is so good.
So good.
how
Vivian joins you because she
Yeah.
feels bad.
She feels
and she
guilty.
feels alone too. So
Yeah.
you bond and you
Yeah,
go
why
and
not?
fight the real Dupless.
So good.
So good.
Yeah,
bro.
that shit was so good. I gotta say that's an incredible answer.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with
Hey,
that.
thank you, bro.
I also think I do gotta finish Bug Fables too.
Bug Fables.
Yeah, dude.
I do too.
I really
bro.
liked it. I thought it was really good. It had
Yeah.
a really good like Mario vibe. You know, Paper
Definitely
Mario vibe.
OG Paper Mario vibe.
Yeah.
After playing it, that's what I was getting. But OG Paper Mario has its own.
I'd say
love.
some of the parts felt a little Thousand Year Dory.
Okay.
I'd say, you know
Dory?
what I mean? Dory.
Dory.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Cool.
Still good. Still good.
Well,
Yes, sir.
let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
Our next
I'm with
segment is called Mail Call.
Oh,
Mail Call.
Malcolm.
We got none this week because we don't have a website up yet. So starting next week, we'll have it open for anyone to submit their questions, comments, concerns, answers, corrections, whatever.
Yep,
whatever you
yep.
guys want.
Hopefully corrections, because we do get a lot of things wrong.
Yes, sir.
Like
I am not
Charles
perfect.
Martinet. Who the fuck is that?
Please correct
Who
me.
the fuck is that?
Please
But
correct
please
me.
do send
Okay.
in something. I also wanted to say real quick. I think it would be I think it'll be a very fun time if we can get some beautiful messages.
Yeah, guys, please write in. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy at all.
And like we're big fucking jokesters too.
We're also goofsters.
We never take it too
gaffsters,
seriously.
and also, we, I think we're also very nice people. So say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that one.
Well.
My last thing
I'll
I
talk
got
about
for you,
myself.
Josh, is
Yes.
a trivia segment.
No.
Yes, sir. So I hope you're ready for some Mario trivia. I've pulled this from several websites, including Nintendo's own website.
Nice.
So I hope you're ready. I just got a few for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right, buddy boy.
Yes.
Question number 1.
Question.
What does FLUDD stand for?
Oh. It's fluid, liquid, ultimate destruction device.
That's pretty close.
What is it?
I'm honestly impressed because you weren't like really
What is it?
wrong on anything. Okay, it's Flash,
Okay.
Liquidizer,
Liquidizer.
Ultra. You said fluid, liquid, ultimate. That's funny.
I'm so
Flash, Liquidizer, Ultra, dowsing
device. Yeah.
Yep. I just remember his voice. Flash, Liquidizer, Ultra, dowsing device.
It's so good.
At the beginning, and it shows Bowser spinning right there.
So
All right.
good, so
Question number 2. These are not like I try to pull hard questions.
Let's do it.
So don't feel bad.
No, please.
For being an idiot. So.
Wow.
Whoa.
I feel great about it.
Yeah, good. You should. Number 2. In which game did Mario first encounter the poison mushroom?
Ooh. It was Super Mario Land.
Super Mario Land.
Fuck.
It was Super Mario Bros. The Lost Level.
Ah, you're right.
Also known as Super Mario Bros. 2
Fuck.
in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring me the next one.
Bring it on, baby. In which game did Mario first get sleepy and start to nap when the player is idle?
Super Mario 64.
Correct.
And guess what? He says, reggaeton.
in the what?
Yeah, he dreams about pastas.
He does?
Yeah, he says like, reggaeton. I swear. I
didn't fucking know.
Yeah,
I just remember
he
being
does.
like, I'm tired.
No, Super Mario 64. So I have 1 out of how many? 1 out of
3
so far? Do I get half points for that last one? The flood?
Yeah, I'll give you half point.
Okay,
for
I'll
that.
take a
yeah,
half. So
yeah,
3.5?
of course. Yeah.
Out of...
You're at 1.5 out of 3.
Out of 3.
Okay. What color were Mario's overalls in the original Super Mario Bros?
Super Mario Bros? They were brown.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're technically red, but his hat was the same color, and they looked.
Oh,
It did look brown.
Yeah. It was
So
brown,
I will give
though.
it to you.
It was
Yeah,
brown
yeah,
as fuck.
right. The Nintendo website said officially red, but
Cap.
yeah,
I'm calling Cap.
Cappy on that. You know what I'm saying?
It was red in the Super Mario Super Show, wasn't it? Or no, he probably had the same. No, it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, because it was he had blue right here and red overall.
Yeah.
And red hat.
Okay, so you're at 2.5 out of 4.
2.5 out of
Number
4.
5. What was the first home console that Mario was playable on, and what was the game?
It was the NES. And it was Super Mario Bros.
It was the Atari 2600.
No way.
And it was the game
Donkey Kong 2.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, you're right.
Donkey Kong launched on the Atari.
Oh, you're right. I had no idea it was on the Atari.
Yeah, the Atari fucked me up.
Couldn't
too.
have done it.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I had to research heavy.
So I have 2.5.
2.5 out of 5.
2.5 out of 5.
Number 6.
Yes.
Which Peach-inspired course appears in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack DLC?
Fuck. Peach's Runway. What is it called?
It is Peach Gardens from the DS.
Yeah, I should have known. With the thwomp? Or not
I
the
don't
thwomp,
know.
With the
I
chain
just
chomp.
pulled up a trivia for
Yeah.
Mario Kart because you're a
It's,
big Mario Kart guy.
It's the chain chomp in there. Yeah. Peach's Runway is also not a real level, so I kind of made that up. So we just did.
So we're just gonna cooking them all out of here. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Number 7. What is Mario's last name?
Mario.
Correct. Mario is confirmed by Miyamoto in 2015 during a 30th anniversary event in Japan.
Yep.
So you got 3.5 out of 7.
Let's go.
Fucking go. Those were not easy questions,
not
bro.
too
I was
bad.
trying to pull
those
some
were,
tough
those were
ones.
good. Those were good.
So to wrap this up,
Yes.
it's funny we mentioned Avatar because we have our weekly wisdom featuring Iroh.
Yes,
Uncle
I was so
Iroh.
excited. I've been
Yes,
looking
sir.
forward to
I
this.
kind of hinted at this for Josh,
Yes.
but here we are. At the end of every episode, we're going to have weekly wisdom featuring Uncle Iroh.
Okay. Should we
Quote.
play his theme in the background?
I could probably add it.
You can probably add that.
know?
When you say it, will you add it in the back?
Sure.
But make sure it's not too loud and stuff. You know the vibe.
You ready?
Yes.
Failure is only the opportunity to begin again.
That's bars. Bars right
Iroh
there.
is he's a wise ass motherfucker.
Yeah, and he also is the best character in the show.
All right, my friends. This concludes our very first episode of the Flash Bros podcast.
This was way more fun than I expected.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm glad, bro.
I think I literally almost feel sad because we have to stop. You know what I mean?
We're like 3 hours
in. I'm like, man, we're ending it already.
I know, dude.
I want to talk for longer.
Guys and
Oh,
Josh,
man.
thank you so much for hanging with us
Absolutely.
and showing your love and support. Once again, I'll repeat that our Patreon page, you'll find it at patreon.com/flashbrospodcast. Check it out, subscribe if you'd like to show support, and send in any questions or comments. We'd love to read them next week.
Yes, sir. We would love that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Josh?
I just want to thank everyone for if you've listened this entire way. I just want to say thank you for hanging with us. Honestly, I think that you were just as important in this conversation as him and I were, me and Sam were.
Absolutely.
So please tune in for next week. I think we'll have even more fun. Yeah,
Stellar.
absolutely.
We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see
Take
you soon.
care.
Bye.